Yu-Gi-Oh! An incredibly complex card game with tens of thousands of cards. However, what if each set was separated from the rest of the massive card pool and your choices when building a deck were extremely limited? In this series, in order to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! From the ground up, I will be embarking on an adventure through the history of the card game with Jeexx. In each episode, we will have access to all the cards in a select product, and using only the cards in that product, both of us will build a deck before playing a best of 3 match to determine the winner of the episode. We will move in a chronological order in the series, and with each new episode, we will forget the cards of the past in order to experience something brand new. We hope you enjoyed this adventure through Yu-Gi-Oh! And its evolution with us. Welcome to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. What is up, ladies and fellas? And this is where I normally would introduce or do the set breakdown, but given the nature of the episode that we're doing now for the anniversary episode, we're not doing that today. And instead, I'll just real briefly tell you what we're doing today, because I explained it a little bit. You'll obviously see it in the gameplay, but I just want to give you the heads up. So, for the anniversary episode, which we'll call this the every 50 episode being the anniversary episode is much easier to keep track of than 52, so that's why we decided to go with that. And we figured that since the nature of the series means that we are always playing like very limited card pools, but we want to give a chance for the actual like proper decks to shine as well, which is why we kind of introduced the legacy rule. But this is where we can break all of that. So basically what we're doing is anything goes, and you're trying to just play a deck archetype from the... I think we put the cutoff at the Shining Darkness. So literally the Dawn of Yu-Gi-Oh! To Shining Darkness, all the cards released in that time frame are fair game for us here. And... now we don't have to be constrained by archetypes, by anything. We can play Teledad, we can play Twilight, we can play, we can play Chaos. It's whatever you feel like playing. And you're allowed 5 banned cards in your deck. We want to give still those a chance to shine, because obviously like they are banned, they get banned, and then they don't really get reprinted in the future, but they're too iconic, like stuff like Pot of Greed, obviously, like Graceful Charity, Heavy Storm, stuff like that. It's too iconic to not give at least the one more chance to shine, especially in like a proper deck, so that's why we're doing that. But we obviously don't want it to be just only banned cards, because that would be a little bit boring. And in order to give all the decks at least a chance to shine, we're playing a best of first 3, but you're forced to swap your deck after the first 2 games, so we at least get to see even in the off chance that there is a clean sweep, you still get to see all the 3 decks. So we're playing deck 1 versus deck 1, then game 2 is deck 2 versus deck 2, and then game 3 is deck 3 versus deck 3, and then you need to win with every single one of your decks. So then if one of us hasn't already won with all of our decks, then we can mix and match those matchups too, whatever we feel like playing, until one of us has 3 wins. So that is what we're doing today. I just wanted to let you know. And also, I will take this opportunity to say thank you so much for watching the series. And I genuinely, when starting this off, I didn't expect it to be as much fun to do. But like, I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Obviously before, but not super extensively. It's like I played very casually in like IRL, and then I played a little bit of Master Duel, but like not super, super into it. But like this has definitely like made me fall back, like be much more into Yu-Gi-Oh! And I actually I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to each week when we get to play and see what we can come up with every single week. And I feel like this format works. I feel like it's unique enough and provides a fresh perspective, and also for as well like someone like myself, and to lesser extent I feel also Jeexx, who when we are like super hardcore, like we know everything about Yu-Gi-Oh, it's easier to provide a a more restrictive card pool, and then go from there. And also, it gives a chance for stuff to shine that normally wouldn't be able to otherwise. So I feel like it's just overall a really good complete package. Not to toot my own horn, but I still feel like it really works. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much for continuing to enjoy this series, and hopefully we can continue doing it until we are done with the whole thing, whenever that may be. Already at 50 episode does feel kind of crazy though, but yeah. I think that was all. I will leave you with the deck breakdowns next. They are definitely going to take longer than normal since we had 3 decks to break down, and especially now when we have, they're more extensive and more like actual complete decks. But, it's cards that we mostly seen before, so that should be still alright. So hopefully you enjoyed the deck breakdowns as well as the episode itself, and hopefully we'll see you for Season 2 of the Historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning Journey. So, enjoy the video, and I'll catch you all soon.
Okay, so the 50th episode is here. Woo! Yippee! This is where you put the confetti and like a animation that goes like nice cock or something like that,
Nice cock.
It's, the yippee is important, the specific kind of yippee. Let me see if I can find it. Yippee. No, I can't find it. I'm sad. Doesn't matter. But yeah, we're doing the anniversary episode, which is gonna be 3 like freehand decks, freely built decks, and I built 3 decks that 2 of which I'm not very confident in, and one of which that I think is probably gonna win that game, like hands down. There's 0 chance that it'll lose that game. But yeah. We have specifically Teledad mixed with Diamond Dude Turbo using the new D-Mag, and also Infernities, which I'm very confident in, and then also Heroes, specifically a like variant of Hero Beat that I'm in Super Scuff. But yeah. For starters, I don't think I'm going to be doing like a full-on breakdown on every single one of these decks. I'm just going to talk about the idea behind the deck and maybe the goal of what I was trying to go for. Like with this deck, the main idea was to go for Dark Arm Dragon, of course, right? And also have a Synchro Engine in using like Psychic Monsters, because those came out recently. Then we have Level Leader in here because Level Leader could easily work using Malicious and Dark Arm Dragon and D-Mag and basically any synchros that I have in the deck. On top of that, we have a lot of draw power that is intended to filter out most of the cards that we don't want to have in our hand, and also make sure that we can set up a graveyard for Dark Arm Dragon. Then we have Reinforcement of the Army at 3 because we need that to search for all of these. I think we could have even run like 2 of these. For the banned cards, we have Graceful Charity, Premature Burial, and Pot of Greed, Level Eater. I think that's it. I don't think I had 5th one. Yeah, I felt like Painful Choice could have been good here, but I ended up thinking about how Painful Choice gives my opponent too much control over what cards go into my graveyard, and I don't really want that. But yeah, we all know what Dark Arm Dragon does. You need 3 darks in the graveyard. You can pop a monster or a card on the field by banishing a dark monster. Simple as. It's super powerful, super strong. Grepher discards a level 5 or higher dark monster to special summon itself. Discards a dark monster to mill a dark monster. 1 Grepher sets up that instantly. So then we have D-Mag. D-Mag is a 2.8 thousand beat stick that has the effect of when it's summoned during the end phase, you can target 1 spell in your graveyard and add it to your hand, and any monster that it battles gets banished. Now, important to note, this is an errata version of D-Mag. D-Mag, or D-Mog, sorry. I keep saying D-Mag because, Dark Magician. But D-Mog is used to have the effect of instantly returning the spell that like you would get in your end phase to your hand. And by doing things like using Dimension Fusion, Monster Born, and etc., you could easily use D-Mog to keep getting your resources back. You could even set up your graveyard to dump Dark Holes. I think Raigeki was banned at the time. Dark Holes, Dusters, Heavy Storms, Trunade, Monster Borns, Graceful, so on, so forth. This card was just really fucking broken, especially with cards that interacted with spell cards and sent them to the graveyard, for example, such as Diamond Dude, which technically this deck is meant to be. It's meant to be like a mixture of Teledad, Diamond Dude Turbo, and Airblade Turbo. And I don't think it worked out fairly well. Like I have 5 extra cards here specifically because I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna be playing against, but I kind of need disruption, and I need protection, and I need more disruption. And if I remove these 5 cards, maybe this would feel a lot less clunky, but who knows. But yeah, we have Diamond Dude, who has the effect of milling a card from your to top of your deck, and if it's a normal spell, you can activate it next turn. And we have Allure, Destiny, Diffusion, Graceful, Reinforcement, Raigeki, Bot Agreed, and Monster Born and Featherduster. So basically, this card can hit 50% of our deck and be worthwhile. So yeah. Then we have Malicious. Malicious is a really good card from here on out. Like there's a reason why this card is at 2. When it's in your graveyard, you can banish it and special summon 1 Malicious from your deck. This card is really good from here on out in basically any deck that runs Darks or Warriors that can mill cards from your deck or hand, or discard from hand. Then we have Stratos. Stratos, everybody knows what Stratos does. Krebon is level 2 Psychic Tuner, level eater, eats a level 5 or higher. Plague Spreader, we've seen this card in more decks than any other tuner, I think. Psychic Commander to get out Goyo Guardian, which I seem to have forgotten to... Oh yeah, because I can't summon it. Yeah, that's why I didn't put it in here. Psychic Commander to have a 4th target for Emergency Teleport, which can also be fairly useful because of its combat abilities. Summoner Monk, which allows me to basically filter out Stratos or Greffer into the field, or Diamond Dude even. Allure of Darkness draws 2, banishes a dark. Destiny draw, discards Elemental Hero, a Destiny Hero, and draws 2 cards. Diffusion to summon all my banished monsters. Etele to summon Psychics. Graceful Charity to set up hand and grave. Monster Reborn, Duster, Premature, Pot Agreed. I don't think I need to explain what these cards do at all at this point. Or Solemn even. Torrential Tribute, maybe. When a monster is summoned, destroy all monsters on the field, which is then contrasted by Starlight Road, which is when a card or effect is activated that will destroy 2 or more cards you control. Negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card. Then if you can, special summon 1 Stardust Dragon from your extra deck. Side deck doesn't matter. This was here mostly for reference for cards that I might want to put into the deck. Black Rose, we know what this does. It's a field nuke. Brionac, filters out your hand, sets up a graveyard, bounces shit. Colossal Fighter, basically unkillable, and whenever it dies in battle, you get to special summon it back. Gaia Knight, the Force of Earth, which is a 2,600 beats to get level 6. It's not horrible. 100 Eyes Dragon allows me to banish a level 6 or lower dark effect monster, such as Dark Greffer, and against its effect, or even Diamond Dune. Then also has an effect for Earthbound Immortals, but fuck that. Psychic Life Transfer is a level 7. That's why it's here. It's not really any other reason. We don't really have many level 7s in this set other than like Black Rose, or not this set, but don't really have any any good level 7s other than Ancient Fairy Dragon, for example. But I felt like Ancient Fairy Dragon wasn't worth playing for some reason. I don't remember why exactly, but I had a thought process for that, and I don't know how to explain it right now. Archfiend, or Dragon Archfiend, Stardust Dragon, and Thought Ruler Archfiend. Overall, I think this deck is kind of a mess. I think if we did this could maybe be better, or maybe we moved a Rhoda, maybe a Raigeki, and put in a Solemn and a Solid Road. This could maybe be more consistent and be more interesting, but we're probably not going to do that. We're not going to go and change it further from here. Then we have... Wait, did I save the deck by accident? No, I didn't. Good. Then we have the Jank pile. Basically, I was planning on making 2 playable, decent decks, and then the last deck was intended to be kind of a hero Jank pile, intended to be similar to a deck that I played way back when. Back in 2011, give or take. So this deck has Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning, which is a 3,000 base stick with the effect of banish a light in the dark and then summon it. You can banish a monster from the field, or you can attack twice with it. It's pretty good. Cyber Dragon, we know what that does. Bubble Man, we know what Bubble Man does too. It's special summon itself, and if it's the only card in your field of hand, you draw 2. News Alias is a 1,900 beat stick Gemini monster with light attribute. Elemental Hero too. Ocean, specifically to maybe get back Neos Alias if it's on the field, or Stratos if it's on the field for long enough. I don't think it's too likely, and the bigger proponent for why we have it here will be something that we'll discuss a little bit later on. Then we have Stratos, 3 copies Stratos, Infernal Prodigy, and Malicious Edge as a kind of a package. Evil Hero package. Infernal Prodigy summons itself, it's a level 2, and that allows me to pretty much easily go into synchro plays using my non-existent tuners that I kind of forgot to consider. The big idea was kind of just to use Monster Reborn to actually maybe have tuner plays, but forget about that. The main goal with Infernal Prodigy is to set up the field for Malicious Edge or even Cyber Dragon or basically anything else, or having monsters. Let's just go with that. Then we have Malicious Edge, which is a super old card or a card that I got from one of my first booster packs that I ever got. And Malicious Edge is a fairly strong 2.6,000 beat stick that can be summoned with a single tribute if your opponent controls monster. And in this case, let's say your opponent has a monster and you have no monsters. You special summon Infernal Prodigy, you sack it from Malicious Edge, and that's a 2.6,000 beat stick that can just swing over basically everything. Gorz is this is a card that Weebfox and I have been talking about, or at least I have been talking about the whole fucking series whenever like attacking happens. So let's just break down what Gorz actually does. Gorz, the Emissary of Darkness, has the effect of when you take damage from a card in your opponent's possession, you can special summon this card from your hand. You must control no cards to activate and to resolve this effect. When this card is special summoned by its effect, activate the appropriate effect based on the type of damage. Battle damage. Special summon one Emissary of Darkness token. Its attack and defense are each equal to the amount of battle damage you took. And effect damage. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to the damage you took. I swear one of these had the effect of you just gain back the life points, but never mind, I'm stupid. But yeah, Gorz is a really, really interesting card in the way that it like forces you to think about how you attack, purely because the fact that the token that comes out has the attack and defense. Its attack and defense are equal to the amount of battle damage you took. So when you attack with your highest monster first, if your opponent has no cards and they have Gorz, they just summon Gorz and then basically cock block you for the rest of that turn. So that's why you want to always order your attacks correctly, so that your opponent can't drop Gorz on the first attack and then prevent you from continuing attacks. Very important. Like, legitimately, understanding this was a big breakthrough moment for me when I was younger. Then we have Honest. We know what Honest does. It's discarded when a light monster battles and the light monster gains the opponent's monster's attack. Gradmole for some of the strongest removal tools. Raiko, 2 copies of Raiko, specifically for a pinpoint removal tool. Snowman Eater, this is here as a water monster that has a fairly decent effect. I could maybe even use Penguin Soldier in its place, and I think that could work. But I don't know. I feel like this thing lasts longer and has a possibility of actually walling something too. Then we have Gorz 2.0, Tragoidia. When you take battle damage, you can special summon this card from your hand, which basically means that in any situation, whenever your opponent attacks you, if you take battle damage, you special summon this, which makes it better than Gorz in that regard. This card gains 600 attack for each card in your hand. Very important. If you have 3 cards in hand, it's kind of shit. If you have 4 cards or more, it's pretty fucking scary. Once per turn, you can send 1 monster from your hand to the graveyard. Then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. And that is with the same level as the sent monster had in your hand. Take control of that face-up monster forever. Until the end of time. It is yours. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster in your graveyard. This card's level becomes the same as that target's until the end of this turn. So let's say I play against a Synchro deck that has a lot of low-level tuners or level 4 tuners. I can just use Tragoidia to keep yoinking those. Or even further, if he summons a level 8, I can just yoink it by discarding my own Envoy at the beginning. Or level 7s? Yeah, these are level 7s both. Yeah, if I just have level 7s, level 8s, level 4s, level 5s, I can just use Trag to kind of yoink those. And I think that makes Trag a really worthwhile card to play. On top of the fact that it's already this card can wall your entire, your opponent's entire deck. Legitimately. Imagine you have 5 to 6 cards in hand, and your opponent is well, I gotta get rid of this thing. And their only outs are fucking Raigekis. As long as you don't activate its effect, it can't get solemned. And on top of that, I don't think that we're gonna be seeing much pinpoint removal in this set this. We're probably gonna see a lot of monster, big monsters, but I don't think anything's gonna be bigger than Drag at 6 cards in hand. 3.6 thousand is a lot, okay. Change of Heart, 1 copy, specifically so I can yoink stuff and again make plays or sack stuff for like Cyber Dragon if I feel the need to. Like if I really feel weird, or if I'm really feeling like feisty, I might use Change of Heart to yoink my opponent's tribute one of their monsters and then tribute it for Malicious Edge if my opponent still controls a monster after I use Change of Heart. Then we charge the Light Brigade, which I'm running 1 copy of, so I can have a third copy of Raiko effectively. E-Call, multiple copies of E-Call to search for Stratos, Bubbleman, and anything else I might want. Gemini Spark. Gemini Spark is a big part of why I wanted to build this deck too, because Gemini Spark is something that I never really played back in the day. I didn't really play Hero Beat using Neos Alias much at all, so I kind of wanted to play Neos Alias and Gemini Spark. And like I can't even really say that the deck that I played back in the day is a Hero Beat deck. It's more like a Hero Jank pile with Chaos cards in it. But yeah, if I removed like a lot of these cards, actually, I think Monster Reborn was banned at the time, and I didn't play this. Graceful Charity was banned as well. Yeah, this is closer to what I was playing, minus like Gemini Sparks and Neos Alias, and I also had polymerizations and whatnot. But yeah, let me just reload this deck real quick so I can actually talk about the rest of the cards in it. Then we have Graceful Charity, which is, again, I would say that if you're going to play Graceful Charity or Product Greed, I would rather play Graceful Charity in a lot of these situations because it sets up my graveyard very well for a lot of cards, such as BLS or even Miracle Fusion. Then we have Miracle Fusion, Monster Reborn, Product Greed, Raigeki. I have a lot of Monster Reborns because I now have a lot of targets that I really do want a Monster Reborn. Like, let's say I'm in a situation where I top deck a Monster Reborn and my opponent has whatever the fuck they have in their deck. And I'm like, I would really like to have a monster that has a big body. I have access to BLS after it's been properly special summoned, Gores, and a Malicious Edge. Then 3 copies of Rhoda for literally infinite copies of everything in my deck. Bottomless, Solemn, Starlight, Trap, Dust Shoot. For the extra deck, we have Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, which is meant to be here to de-incentivize my opponent from playing machine decks. Like, let's say, for some reason, Weebfox is playing Cyber Dragons. This card is perfect. This card just allows me to win out against Cyber Dragons using a single copy of a Cyber Dragon. Really good shit. Really good shit. Then we have Absolute Zero, which is the card that I have been waiting to be released for Heroes for the last entire like GX era. Elemental Hero Absolute Zero has the effect of the fusion requirements of 1 hero monster, not Elemental Hero, hero, not Destiny Hero, not Vision, Masked, anything, just hero. That's important. And 1 water monster. Must be fusion summoned. Gains 500 attack for each water monster on the field, except Elemental Hero Absolute Zero. If this card leaves the field, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. So yeah, this card is pretty fucking good. It's a Raigeki on legs, which already means that it's a 2.5 thousand beat stick. It's fairly tough. It's fairly strong. It's got a lot of synergy with heroes in general. It's really reusable. Like, it's really easy to get out using any water monsters, basically. Like Bubble Man, Ocean, Snowman Beer. I have 3 of them here, which kind of makes them shit because I only have 3 of them. But at the same time, I can kind of go into them without any issues. I have a billion E-calls. I have a billion Rhodas. Shouldn't be an issue. Then we have 1 copy of Gaia, specifically to fuse it from like Grand Mole, Malicious Edge, or some other card that I had in here. No, those are the only targets. But yeah, Gaia basically allows you to just target 1 card on the field and then just yoink its attack for itself, or half its attack for itself. We had a copy of Catastrophe for if we can yoink a level 1 tuner. Ancient Fairy Dragon, I don't know why, but Ancient Fairy Dragon is in here. Might have thought about putting it in the other deck and then just kind of forgot. But Ancient Fairy Dragon is a level 7 defensive wall. Black Rose for field nukes. I don't think we're going to be playing Black Rose unless we end up in a situation where we really can't like use Absolute Zero for some reason to clear the board or clear your opponent's monsters. Colossal Fighter for, again, infinite recursion on Colossal Fighter or a warrior type monster. Gaia Knight, the Force of Earth for a level 6 speeder, Mistworm, and Stardust. Again, I think this deck is just a pile of jank, and I think it's going to be fun to play, but it's probably not going to win. And then we get on to the last one. I already technically did a breakdown of a similar deck specifically because Infernities was what I played before this, like the set before this, and that's why we're playing it here as well. Because I've always been curious about Infernities ever since I heard about Infernity Archfiend being super good and reading it and being like, what do you mean I gotta have no cards in hand when I draw it? What do you mean I just special summon it? And add one Infernity card? That's stupid. Like, Infernity cards are shit. These two don't do anything. Like, even this thing just says I gotta send monsters to the grave to activate it, right? Fast forward, like, 10 years, and I'm no longer stupid. Okay, sorry. I'm less stupid. And I understood what the fuck this deck does. I go, oh, so these two are different effects, right? Oh, okay. I'm kind of an idiot, huh? I always thought that I gotta send a monster to activate this, which makes no sense. But yeah. Greffer, again, discards Dark Monsters, sets up Graveyard, mills deck, filters shit out. Archfiend is literally the pinnacle of the deck. If you top deck this card with no cards in hand on the draw, you just win. Avenger, this card is really tough, but I feel like I've been getting a better hang of how to use this card and how to actually get out stuff like Stygian Sergeants and whatnot. It's really good card. Beetle, I felt like I was relying a lot on Beetle for a lot of my plays when I had the level 6s in here, but now I feel like because I have a good level 5 Stygian Sergeant's Catastor and even like Armory Arm for making Necromancer and Avenger into something, I think that's made Avenger a lot better in my mind. Then we had 2 copies of Mirage to basically just get out anything in the graveyard when I need it. Necromancer, because Necromancer, Archfiend, and Mirage are like the core cards that I need to actually run shit. Book of Moon, Foolish Burial, Graceful Charity, 2 Dusters. Important, because Starlight Road is super scary, but at the same time, Solemn Judgment is super scary. And even further, Bottomless Trap Hole is super scary. So we're running 2 copies of Duster, even though Starlight Road is in the format. Then we have Inferno Launchers, which I've already explained in the last episode, is basically the fucking card that makes the deck using, like with Necromancer, Archfiend, and Launcher, you have a deck. Not really, but you basically have a deck. Last Will, because Last Will allows me to search for Mirage, search for Necromancer, search for Avenger, search for Beetle. This card is broken as fuck in this deck. Monster Reborn, 1 for 1 to summon Mirage from the deck. Raigeki to clear the board. Rhoda for my 3rd copy of Greffer, because I didn't really want to have a 3rd copy of Greffer, because if I had 2 copies of Greffer and 1 copy of Rhoda, it means that I'm less likely to draw into a card that I don't want to have in my hand at that current moment. And I can use reinforcements when I need it. I can just set it from my hand, and then I can play my game, and then I can use reinforcement to add Greffer to hand and summon Greffer, for example. This card is really good. Then we have Forceful Sentry, because I sometimes want to know what my opponent is playing, so I would like to just look at your hand. Thanks, buddy. Bottomless, Compulsory, Barrier, Inferno, Judgment, and Starlight Road. Starlight Road is here specifically because I'm going to have a multiple instances probably where I'm going to have many cards on the field and I want to summon a lot more cards. So Starlight Road is going to protect me from Torrential Tribute. Raigeki, Dark Hole, even I don't think it's ever going to activate because Archfiend is low. Archfiend and Greffer are the only 2 targets for this. But if I somehow end up in a situation where I'm summoning 2 Infernity monsters with 1,500 or more attack, Bottomless can pop and banish both. So basically using Starlight Road to prevent Bottomless from just nuking my entire fucking board. Entire fucking board, quote unquote. Yeah. If I somehow get Infernity Doom Dragon and Archfiend in the graveyard and I use Launcher to summon both of them, then maybe yeah. Then we have the extra deck, which isn't really another extra deck, side deck. This is a lot of cards that I was like, I kind of want to play these. Like originally, I had these 15 cards in here as well. So yeah. Fuck you, Peruga. Someone in chat just pointed out, yes, I don't want to play a 3rd Greffer. I'd rather play Rhoda. A Rhoda could be anything, even a 3rd Greffer. Yes. Basically, the idea is that I don't want to have a 3rd copy of Greffer ever, because I would rather have my 3rd copy of Greffer be a card that I can set without wasting my normal summon. That's what I was trying to get at, sorry. That was really poorly explained on my part. But then we have Catastor, level 5. Again, one of the best level 5s you have access to. Armory Arm, specifically to maybe make plays using Avenger and Necromancer to maybe send both of them to the graveyard while I have Archfiend on the field to pop a Launcher to get them both back. Then make a level 5 using Avenger and Archfiend to summon Archfiend back using Necromancer. And then add a launcher from the deck to hand using Archfiend, and then I'm using launcher well, I would need a second tuner in that situation. Never mind. But yeah, basically just using everything in my deck to being able to make a synchro plays. Armorium also can be equipped to Archfiend or Avenger or Beetle or anything really to make it a fairly potent beach stick. Because I need Infernity monsters in attack position, so I would sometimes like to have Archfiend on the field. So yeah, for example, Armory Arm using on Archfiend can make it a 2,800 beat stick, which allows it to basically swing for game. Then we have Black Rose Dragon for field nuking, Brionac for setting up hand and grave, and also bouncing shit. Chaos King Archfiend for a kind of odd level 7. Dark End Dragon for a card that can probably just nuke your opponent's field fairly like easily. Gaia Knight, the Force of Earth, again 2,600 beat stick for level 6, fairly easy to get, fairly good. 100 Eyes Dragon allows me to extend plays using 100 Eyes to go into, for example, using a Mirage for it, or using its effect for making it a Necromancer. Infinite Doom Dragon was pretending to have no cards in your hand. You can set one monster your opponent controls, destroy that. Again, really good card, really good removal tool. Mistworm for bouncing shit, and we can actually summon it fairly easily now. Red Dragon Archfiend for a 3,000 beat stick again. Sea Dragon Lord Gilnodon, which allows me to basically make it into a 3,000 beat stick if I send Infernity Beetles or Avengers to the grave. Stardust for the Starlit Roads and just summoning, and then Stygian Sergeants, which is a card that I really think is super strong for this deck. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can make this card gain 800 attack until the end of the battle phase. Also, this card can make a second attack in a row. What? And then on top of that, let's say I have Stygian Sergeants with Armory Arm equipped. It's 3,200 now. It attacks, it Flame Wingmans, and then on top of that, it also gains 800, so it's a 4,000 beat stick. So you can just swing twice with that and basically be done. But yeah, I think this anniversary episode is gonna be a fucking blast. I'm really excited, and honestly, hopefully, once we get to next year, we're gonna have even more to showcase. I'm thinking we could just go for 6 decks each when we get to that. But yeah. Anyway, good luck with the games, my guy.
And guys and gals, ladies and lads, everyone, welcome to the first anniversary episode of the History Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning Journey, and welcome to the deck breakdown section. So, I'll try to be effective here. A lot of these cards we have already extensively talked about, so I don't have to talk about them too much, but I still want to talk about stuff a little bit. And this will definitely be a little bit longer of a deck breakdown section than normally, so just a heads up. But as I hopefully explained earlier, we have 3 decks that we are both bringing today. And what I wanted to do for my 3 decks was not only play the stuff that I feel like I enjoyed the most in playing, but also use the opportunity to actually play proper decks to play something that I normally probably would not. So we'll talk about that, but starting off with our first deck, it is Blackwing, and I don't remember if I mentioned it, but yeah, we're now playing side decks to make things a little bit simpler for everyone involved, including ourselves. And starting off, our first deck is Blackwing, and I felt like of all the archetypes that we've encountered thus far, I just loved playing Blackwing. It was just so fun. It felt intuitive, it felt fun, it had a lot of different playlines that you could do, and overall just I knew always I would enjoy playing Blackwing, but it was even more fun than I ended up being. And then Blackwing is an archetype that is very loved by many, and it continues getting support for years to come, which means that we'll definitely see it more in the future as well. But I felt like I wanted to still give it one more ride in this form. So going to the card by card, we are starting off with our tuners. We have 2 Vayu, the Emblem of Honor. I pretty sure all of these cards, apart from a couple we've already seen, but I think Vayu is one that I'm not sure if we've played. So the stuff that I'm not 100% sure, I'll talk about their effects in detail. So Vayu on the field cannot be used as synchro material, but if it's in the graveyard, you can target one non-tuner Blackwing monster in your graveyard and banish this in that target, and thus also summon a Blackwing synchro monster from your extra deck that's levels equal the banished monsters, but its effects are negated. So basically it becomes a vanilla, which means that it's mostly useful for synchro climbing, but Vayu is basically here to help us play the long game. Like if we don't, we can use the Vayu as fodder to get it in the grave for stuff like Graceful Charity. We can use it on the field for stuff like Icarus attack. We can, if we happen to just not have plays, we can just set it. It's not great, but it's something that we can do. We have stuff like Brionac, so we have a decent amount of ways to actually use Vayu. And then later on, it can be used to synchro climb from the grave, which is actually pretty good. For other tuners, we have a level 2 in Blizzard the Far North. We've seen Blizzard a lot on normal summon. You can spell summon a level 4 lower Blackwing from your grave, which basically ends up being most of the time either Boar, Shura, or Kalut, depending on what we want to be making, since unlike Vayu, Blizzard doesn't have the Blackwing restriction, so we can make a 5 or a 6 with it. And then the main tuner for us is Gale the Whirlwind. We've seen Gale so many times, able to be special summoned from the hand when you control a Blackwing. Obviously very good, having the attack and defense halving effect that's permanent. It's just actually a really good card. Being a level 3 means that we can very consistently go into level 7s, most notoriously for Blackwings being Blackwing Armor Master. Brother Spear, also able to be spell summoned if you control another Blackwing. And it inflicts piercing, which, it being 1700, means that this could actually matter sometimes. Sure, the Blue Flame probably are like better normal summon. 1800, and when it destroys an opponent monster by battle, we can spell summon a Blackwing monster with 1500 or less attack from the deck, but its effects are negated, which doesn't really matter because that just means that we can go into our tuners. And then we have Shiroko the Dawn, which basically is our pseudo Sidra. If we go second, we can normal this without attributing if our opponent controls a monster and we don't. And it's being a level 5 also means that we can go into some bigger synchros with it. Kalut, we've also seen many times a hand trap, just simple attack boosting, very good still. Level Eater is our first of our 5 banned cards that we are playing, and the reason that we are playing Level Eater is mostly because it can help us modulate our levels, it can help us do synchro plays, it can help us do a lot of things. But mostly it's there to have a card to synchro climb with. We have 2 Dark Armed Dragons, and Dark Armed Dragon obviously very good in Blackwing since all of the Blackwings are darks. We've seen Dark Armed Dragon. I think one of the decks that Jeexx said he would play is a that focused deck, so we'll hopefully see him shine, because I feel like for the era, Dark Armed Dragon is definitely one of the most iconic boss monsters. Must also having exiled the 3 Dark Monster in your graveyard, and then no matter how many times in the turn, you can banish a Dark from your grave to target a card in the field and destroy it. It doesn't have a limitation for the targets either, and it's 2800. That is just a powerhouse. We have a single DD Crow for another hand trap. We can just use this to banish cards from Jeexx's grave. This is very good, obviously, if he's playing stuff like that to help deal with his Dark count in the grave. We can also, obviously, since we can pitch this from our hand, this can be used to help us modulate our Dark count as well. And the final monster in the main deck is Gorse, the Emissary of Darkness. A card that I feel like we've talked a lot about, but I don't think we've played, because I think it came in a very special set that we didn't cover, so we didn't unfortunately get the chance to play it. But Gorse is one of the most impactful cards in Yu-Gi-Oh's history, in that it changed how people tend to organize their attacks. So level 7, 2700 attack, 25 defense, very good. A Dark Fiend. And when you take damage from a card in your opponent's possession, you can spell summon this card from your hand. And then you must control no other cards to activate and resolve this effect. And when special summoned by this effect, you activate the appropriate effect based on what sort of damage you took. So if you took battle damage, you spell summon a token that stats are equal to the amount of battle damage you took. And this is why people order their attacks as they do. Because if you swing, let's say you have a Shura and Bora on the field. If you swing Bora first, and then they drop a Gorse, then the Gorse will be 1700, and then Shura can swing over the token that they get from it. But if you swing Shura first, then that means Gorse hits the field, and Gorse gets the token that now Bora cannot swing over. And this is why Yu-Gi-Oh! Players tend to swing smaller stuff first into bigger stuff. So, and the effect damage, you just burn your opponent equal to the damage you took as well. But it's just a card that you can get on the field pretty easily, as long as you don't control any other stuff. It gives you more resources. It's just a very good and very cool card, and I'm so happy to finally be able to play it. Then to our spell trap lineup, we have a 2 Allure of Darkness. This is basically just to give us a pseudo Pot of Greed, which just has the additional cost of having us banish a dark from our hand. We have only darks as our monsters, so we always should have a dark. We also have a decent high monster count, and this is something like early on, if we like open in our opening hand, get something like Vayu in our hand, we can use Vayu for the banish of Allure, so we don't have to discard our entire hand, which obviously is very good. Then rest of our banned cards shouldn't surprise anyone. So Pot of Greed, it's just a +1. It has no downsides. It just filters out your deck. It's incredible, obviously. And Graceful Charity, it draws 1 deeper than Pot, but it has the cost of then you having to discard 2 cards. But in our deck, when we have stuff like Vayu, Blizzard, Level Eater, stuff, Dark Arm wanting stuff in the grave, we have ways of getting them back from the grave. It doesn't matter. In modern Yu-Gi-Oh, this is probably the single most powerful card in Yu-Gi-Oh overall, because every deck can make use of the graveyard. Heavy Storm obviously just wipes the field of spell traps, and then we have Giant Runate that returns into the hand. This is mostly here so we don't pop our own black Whirlwind, but both of these are basically like, since Blackwing has such good swarming potential, we basically can use these to clear the field before we go in for the killing blow. Then 3 Black Whirlwind, this is just when a Blackwing monster is normal summon to your field, you can add a Blackwing from your deck to your hand with less attack than the monster that you normal summon. Basically, this just helps us go, like we summon Shura, we can then go get our, basically any of our, I don't think we can get Kalu with that. Any of our non-tuner summons get us to our tuners, since they're the smallest things in the deck, Blackwing wise. So it filters our deck, it gives us stuff, searches from our deck. It's just very good. And I'm realizing I'm taking a long time, I'm sorry. I'll try to speed up a little bit. 2 MST to deal with Pinpoint, back row removal, and the reason why we want Pinpoint, back row removal, I'll cover in a little bit. Monster Reborn, I've already said we have a lot of ways to deal with the graveyard, and especially now when there are no holds barred, Jeexx can be playing a lot of powerful stuff. This actually can work in our favor as well to just stop some stuff out of Jeexx's grave. Starlight Road is here because we have access to cards like Heavy Storm, because we have access to cards like Torrential Tribute, Mirror Force. There is so much good mass destruction in the set that Starlight Road actually has a very good chance of going off. And this also helps, like if we set multiple cards in the back row, Starlight Road being one of them, it can protect so many things. It's just very versatile, and especially like in such a high power format, it's very good. Something that would run into Starlight Road, Icarus Attack. Obviously we're playing Blackwing, all of our Blackwings are Winged Beasts. Being able to tribute a Winged Beast on the field and then target 2 cards being monsters or back row is very good, so Icarus Attack is just nice. And finally Torrential Tribute. This was, I think, for the most of the time frame that we're now playing, Torrential was limited. So, but I also felt like just running 1 would be fine for us, because most of the time we are gonna be the ones that have the field largely set up, but it's nice insurance to be having. Then for the extra deck, don't worry, and the extra deck is gonna take way less time for the following ones, because let's just spoil it a little bit. The extra deck for the time is pretty similar of a toolbox, but for Blackwing, it obviously looks a little bit different for the Blackwing. So let's start with those. So we have level 8 Silverwind the Ascendant, level the X2, or more non-tuner monster and a Blackwing tuner. When synchro summoned, you can target up to 5 monsters on the field with defense lower than this card's attack, which tends to be the most things, and pop those, and you cannot conduct the battle phase during to activate this effect. In during your opponent's turns, the first time a Blackwing would be destroyed by battle, it's not destroyed, so it has some battle protection. Armor Master we've seen 10 million times already. A level 7, battle immune, pretty good stat line. Arm wing 2300 becomes a 2800 when attacking a defense position monster, and also inflicts piercing. Then for the non-Blackwing stuff, and stuff that you at the time probably saw in most extra decks. Starting off is Mistborn, which is a level 9. I'm not sure if we've seen this. Also take 3 materials, but is still generic, and if synchro summoned, you target up to 3 cards your opponent controls and return those to the hand. Very powerful, especially against extra deck stuff. Stardust Dragon, obviously we've seen this so many times, just protects your cards. It's completely generic, level 8. We even have Starlight Road to go cheat it out, very good. Colossal Fighter, another completely generic, level 8. A lot of warriors obviously become big, and then you can get a warrior out of either wave when it's destroyed by battle and sent to a graveyard. Black Rose Dragon, I think you would be hard pressed to find an extra deck that wasn't playing this card at the time. Just a completely generic level 7 that acts as a field nuke. Another level 7 Ancient Fairy Dragon, 3k defense, rather later but still like very powerful. So gives us an additional normal summon of a level 4 lower monster from your hand in the ways of a special summon, but takes your battle phase for it, and then during the main phase you can pop all the field zones, cards in the field zones, gain 1000, and then you can add a field spot with a different name from the destroyed ones to your hand. In using the route, everything is hard once per turn. Brionac, probably the best, level 6, obviously it routed as well, so you need to target cards your opponent controls, and it's a hard once per turn, but you can discard any number of cards to the graveyard to target the same number of cards your opponent controls and bounce them back to their hand. And finally, Catastor, the level 5 generic 22B stick that at the start of the damage step destroys all non-dark monsters when fighting them. That was a 15-minute one for the first one. I am very sorry. I didn't realize how much I was rambling. But yeah, that is the first deck that we're playing. Then the next one is Lightsworn. And Lightsworn, whereas Blackwing I felt like playing because of it was like definitely my favorite archetype. Lightsworn was the surprise that I didn't think I would like as much. And given the nature of like how we're doing this and having some very specific cards, like having access to the banned cards here, made me think of an interaction, which was the reason why I wanted to play Lightsworn. But first, let's go through the deck. So Lightsworn, starting it off, we are playing a 46 card deck. Playing a little over the 40 cards isn't too bad because Lightsworn has obviously a lot of milling. They go through the deck decently fast, so I don't feel too bad about that. And starting things off, we have 2 of Judgment Dragon being their boss monster, a 3k beatstick, cannot be normal summoned or set, and must be spell summoned from your hand by having 4 or more different named Lightsworns in your grave. And no matter how many times in your turn, you can pay 1000 to pop every other card in the field except for Judgment Dragon. And then once per turn during the end phase, you have the what I'll call the Lightsworn maintenance cost, which means during the end phase, you send the top 4 cards of your deck to the graveyard. The amount of cards varies. For Judgment Dragon, it's 4, which is the largest amount, but it can vary, and I'll talk about it a little bit later. Celestia, Lightsworn Angel, is a level 5, so it's a tribute summon 2300. When you tribute this by attributing a Lightsworn monster, you can send the top 4 cards from your deck to the graveyard, then target up to 2 cards your opponent controls and get a pop. Argus Lightsworn Druid has the maintenance for 2 and protects Lightsworn monsters everywhere from card effects. Eren, Lightsworn Monk, has the maintenance cost for 3, and when it attacks a defense position monster, before a damage calculation, you shuffle the monster right back into the deck, so very good at dealing with defensive cards. Gareth doesn't have its own maintenance cost, but it enhances your maintenance. Lightsworn maintenance cost, where each time a card is sent from your deck to the graveyard by the effect of a Lightsworn monster you control. And except Gareth itself, you send the top 2 from your deck to the graveyard, and then you draw 1 for each Lightsworn monster sent by this effect. Jane Lightsworn Banlist is just a very big beat stick and has the maintenance cost for 2. Lila has the maintenance cost for 3 and is a way to deal with back row, since if it's in attack position, you change it from face-up attack to face-up defense, pop the spell trap, and then you cannot change the battle position until the end of the next turn. And Lumina, it has the maintenance cost for 3. And once per turn, you can discard a card to target a level 4 or lower Lightsworn monster in your grave to special summon it. Wolf, maybe the most iconic of all, cannot be normal summoned or set, and is a 21,000 beat stick that must be special summoned by a card effect, and if it's sent from your deck to the grave, you special summon it. And this is part of the interaction that I'll talk about when we get to our spell lineup. Raikou, on flip, you pop a card on the field and send the top 3 of your deck to the graveyard. You can pop a card in the field, but you probably want to do that. And then, since all of the lights ones are lights, we are also playing a 3 of Honest, which is a decent wall. And during the main phase, you return the face-up card from the field to the hand if you want to. But more importantly, it is a hand trap that basically means that when a light monster you control battles, you can send this to the graveyard to give your monster battling attack equal to the attack of the monster it's battling. So basically, this means you always win the battle if they don't have the battle trap by the amount of your own monster's attack. Then for the rest of our cards, we have some stuff with graveyard effects, since we're very likely to make them hit the grave with the Lightsworn Mills. And starting off, we have 3 Necro Garden, where during your opponent's turn, you can banish this card from your grave to negate the next attack this turn from a monster your opponent controls. And then we have 2 Plague Spreader, which is a tuner, a level 2 tuner, which if it's in your graveyard, you can place a card from your hand on top of your deck and special summon it, but it gets banished when it leaves the field. And Glow Bulb, the banned version of Plague Spreader, where you can once per duel send the top card of your deck to the grave and then special summon Glow Up Bulb. And obviously that's what we want to be doing anyway, since that's what Lightsworns are doing, so it just fits right in and gives us access, being an Earth Tuner, to Goyo Guardian, which we'll talk in a little bit. I think we've also seen most of these, but I'll talk a little bit about. So Church of Light Brigade, the first spell that we have, just send the top 3 of your deck to the graveyard and add level 4 or lower Lightsworn monster from your deck to your hand. Very toolbox card at the time, played a lot with Raikou, but here we have a lot more that we can do with it. In Solar Recharge, you discard a Lightsworn monster to draw 2 and then mill the top 2 of your deck. And then, once again, rest of our band cards, we have the same 3 lineup of that we had last time with Heavy Storm, Pot of Greed, and Graceful Charity. And then one of the most powerful cards ever released in Yu-Gi-Oh! Painful Choice. So this is what I was talking about earlier. So select 5 cards from your deck and show them to your opponent, and your opponent selects 1 among them, and you add it to your hand and discard the remaining to the graveyard. And, a Wolf happened to be, if it's sent from your deck to the graveyard, you special summon it. So the thing here is, if we send Painful Choice and select Wolf, 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 Glow Up Bulb, and a Plague Spreader Zombie, our opponent was obviously going to select Wolf, which means that the rest go to the grave, which means that the 2 wolves go to the grave from the deck, which means they get special summoned. We send a Plague Spreader that we can then special summon from our grave by putting a card from our hand to the top of our deck, which, would be probably in this case the wolf. And a Glow Up Bulb, which we can send the top card from our deck to the graveyard to special summon this card, which means that if our opponent gives us the wolf, which is in the heat of the moment, if you think about it, the logical choice, that means that a single Painful Choice gets us 3 wolves, Plague Spreader Zombie, and Glow Up Bulb on our field, which is incredible field setup. Obviously, this is the Mirage Fairland, but that's just thinking of the interaction made me go like, oh, that would be so cool to pull off. So hopefully we can pull that off, and that is the whole reason why I wanted to play. Okay, not the whole reason, because I think Lightsworn is cool. otherwise too, but one of the big reasons why I wanted to play the deck. Then we have a single Foolish Burial to sort of send a wolf if we can't find our playful choice, and obviously like being able to send stuff like Blood Blade Spreader are also very good if we need synchro plays on the spot. 2 Monster Reborn, since a lot of stuff is going to end up in the graveyard, we can then use this for our own graveyard, obviously, or Jeexx's to go into stuff. 3 MST here, 1 more of these. We want to be able to deal with the back row, another Starlight Road, since we're playing just overall more cards. And finally, a single Torrential Tribute in this one as well. And for the extra deck, mostly same thing. So we also have Mistworm, Colossal Fighter, Stardust Dragon this time too. We're playing 2 Starlight Road, Black Rose, Ancient Fairy, 2 Briannac this time, and 2 Catastrophe again, so just like last time. The additional ones being another generic level 8 in Red Dragon Archfiend. We've seen it many times, mostly just a big bait stick. Thought Ruler Archfiend, also we've seen before, a generic monster as well. Gains your life points and can forks to protect itself from spells and traps. Goya Guardian, since we are playing Glob Bulb, so we have actually a way to go into it with Goya Guardian as well as Celestia being a level 5. And X-Saber Wayne being another level 5 that we are playing, since we wanted just more generic stuff. Can spell summon level 4 warriors from our hand, which in this deck is, I think, Aaron, Gareth, and Jane? Yeah, Wolf was Beast Warrior. I mean, I guess we can summon Negro Gardener with it, but we probably wouldn't do that. And finally, Armory Arm, since it's a level 4. And we have Arcus, and we have Rykos to make it with Plague Spreader. We have Arcus and Lumina to make it with Glow Bulb. It's just there for flexibility's sake. And also, this being light means that in a very desperate situation, if Jeexx has like one very big monster that we can't seem to get rid of, if we happen to have an Honest and a way to go into Armory, we can then deal with it that way. But yeah, that's the second deck, being Lightsworn. Like I said, mostly inspired by the one-off chance of being able to now play Painful Choice. And the final deck that we have brought today is Frog Monarch. And this is a deck that I know quite little of, but it was just a deck that I felt like I would love to be able to try. And I figured, we don't need to be playing archetypes, but I still like archetypes a lot. My first 2 decks are archetypes. Why not fuse a couple archetypes into this and play Frog Monarch for the last one? So basically the whole idea is just the Frog's great fodder for us to be able to summon our big tribute summons. So let's talk about it. So card by card, the monarchs that we have chosen are 3 Kaias, which on tribute summon targets a card in the field and banishes and burns your opponent for 1,000 if it's a Dark Monster. Rise Up, who on tribute summon places a card from our opponent to the top of their deck. And a single Mobius that pops up to 2 spell traps on tribute summon. This is just to deal with back row. So we just have powerful ways of dealing with monster, a way of dealing with spell traps, and yeah, they're quite big. But for the time, the premier tribute target for tribute summoning wasn't actually the Monarchs, and instead it was Light and Darkness Dragon, which I don't think we've seen. I mean, we've definitely seen it in the past, but I don't think we've played it. I might be misremembering, but just in case we haven't, let me... So this is a level 8, which means it takes 2 tributes. It's a 2800 meter, and it cannot be special summoned. And while face up on the field, this card is also dark in addition to light. And once per chain, during either player's turn, when a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated, this card loses exactly 500 attack and defense, and the activation is negated. And this is a mandatory effect. And then when this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard by any means, you target 1 monster in your graveyard, if possible, pop all other cards you control, and then use special summon that card. So this is just a really sticky boss monster, which you summon it, then your opponent has to get rid of it through the negations, which usually means that it will take multiple cards from your opponent. And then when they finally manage to deal with it, then you can get stuff back from the grave, which is really cool. Then we have Darkness Spirit, which is a spirit monster, which has the spirit conditions where it cannot be spell summoned during the end phase of the turn. It's normal summoned or flip face up, you get it back to your hand. And when it's normal or flip face up, you destroy all other face up monsters on the field. So it's just a field nuke. And we have this little card called Treeborn Frog that we'll talk about in a little bit, which means that our Dark Dust Spirit actually returning to our hand is a good thing for us, since we can just keep nuking the field. Then we have Vanity's Fiend, which can be spell summoned and has the simple condition of neither play against spell summon monsters. So if we manage to establish like a really powerful field, and we can end it off with something like Vanity's Fiend, like having like a Light and Darkness Dragon with a Vanity's Fiend on the field, like that, I feel like that would be such an insanely hard board to break. Then we have a single Gorse, since Gorse once again is a card that can summon itself, can summon a token, so this creates also fodder for us while being a big beater itself. And then for the actual fodder cards, so we have first Battle Fader, which I think we've seen before. Simply, your opponent declares a direct attack, you negate the attack in the battle phase and spell summon this card, so it gives you a fodder, vice you protects your life burn points. It just does a lot for the deck. Fishboard Blaster, which if you control a face-up level 3 or lower water monster, you can discard a card to spell summon this from your graveyard. And it's a tuner, and it's a recurring tuner that we can do because we have the frogs here. So, yeah. This is just our premier tuner for the deck, and actually the only way that we'll realistically be going for synchro plays. In I figured Fishborg is a really good card as well, and we haven't been able to highlight it. It's a banned card, so I was like, you know, why not? Another banned card that we have is Ronin Toadin, and Ronin Toadin is, well, very notorious from the Frog FTK. And this is basically, this is a way for us to like keep getting fodder. If like some Diablos or all the stuff, we can still use Ronin Toadin to go into get some fodder from our grave. So can it be used as synchro material, becomes just from one on the field, doesn't matter. But what matters is if it's in your graveyard, you can banish a frog to special summon it from your grave. So this is just like way when we have frogs in our grave, we can use Ronin Toadin to get rid of them from the grave to get it on the field. So we'll have fodder for our big tribute summons. Treeborn Frog is going to be probably 90% of the time that we use our fodder. Once per turn during a standby phase, if this is in your graveyard and you do not control a Treeborn Frog already, you can special summon this card, but you must control no spells or traps to activate and resolve the effect. And Substitute, which is our way to get to our frog. So you can tribute a frog monster to spell summon a frog from your, you can tribute a monster to spell summon a frog monster from your deck, except Frog the Jam. And frog monster, except Frog the Jam, cannot be destroyed by battle. So it gives frog some battle protection as well, which is nice with a card to frog that we'll talk in a little bit. But Substitute is just our way of like getting stuff out of our grave. If we have like a Treeborn Frog in circulation, since it keeps coming back, we can use that to start the line with Substitute, and it can help us go through most of our deck thanks to Swap Frog. So Swap Frog can be spell summoned from our hand by discarding a water monster, and when it's summoned, you can send a level 2 or lower water aqua monster from your deck to the or face up on the field to the graveyard, and once per turn you can return a frog to hand to normal summon an additional frog this turn except Swap Frog in addition to your normal summon or set. And this effect is only once per turn, but the others are not, which means that let's just we'll pitch something for Swap Frog. The optimal thing obviously would be Treeborn Frog. We pitch that. We normal summon Substitute. We use Swap Frog's summon condition happens, we can pitch another Treeborn Frog. We summon Substitute, we use that to tribute the Swap Frog to summon another Swap Frog from our deck. The Swap Frog gets summoned, we pitch another Treeborn Frog. We use the new Swap Frog to go into another Swap Frog. We pitch Ronin Toadin for it. We go into the last one, we can get a Dew Frog, we can get Substitute. Basically, this line just makes us able to filter through the entirety of our frog lineup in the deck. And Dew Frog, monster your opponent control cannot target monster for attack except this one, and when it's sent from the field to the graveyard, which it inevitably will, since your opponent is only able to attack that one, you can then add a frog from your deck or graveyard to your hand except Dew Frog. So Dew Frog and Substitute being on the field also creates a pretty nice battle lock, since your opponent cannot attack Substitute. Substitute isn't a frog itself, so it doesn't protect itself with the clause, but Doomfrog being a battle immune, being the only monster they can attack, and now being battle immune means it's actually pretty annoying to get rid of and gives us a lot of time to find our big bombs. Then for the spell trap lineup, we are playing 3 Snatch Steal since it is now limited, so we can here play it in a lot more. Normally here you would probably play Soul Exchanges and Brain Control, but because of the rules, we can just play Snatch Steal and Change of Heart instead. Obviously, being some of the best steal stuff. So Snatch Steal obviously being just permanent means that if we don't mind our opponent getting the life points and obviously having a spell that prevents Reborn Frog from going off, it's pretty nice. But we can also just simply use this to take something and use that as tribute for our tribute summons. Change of Heart, very simple. Just take one monster from our opponent and take control of it until the end phase. Doesn't have any other clauses, unlike Brain Control, which you have to take a monster that can be normal summoned or set, and you have to pay a life point, so Change of Heart is just better. And then we have a single Econ as well, since it can also be used as a Change of Heart as long as we can tribute a monster, which we should have plenty of tribute fodder for that. But also we can use it as a battle position changer as well if there's something big like, let's say, a dad on the field, because obviously like that being 2800 means that it's very big. And if some of our monarchs can't beat over it, if we have them already on the field, if he's used the pops, we can then just change it to defense and we can beat over it than with monarchs. Now we're playing a single Pot of Duality, and what it does is it activates the top 3 from your deck and adds one of them to your hand and shuffle the rest back into the deck. You can only activate 1 per turn, and you cannot special summon the during the turn you activate this card. Obviously, very awkward with Treeborn Frog, but since other than Treeborn Frog and the frog stuff here, we don't really care for special summoning. Chances are the early game is going to be very slow. So if we can open something like Pot to filter through our deck and make improve our hand quality, that's obviously going to be very, very good. Then 2, Monster Reborn. We can use this to recur our big things, to use them as beaters. We can just recur anything to use it as a tribute fodder. It's just a very flexible card. And finally, once again, we have Pot of Greed and Heavy Storm here. We don't have any traps since we don't want to be, limiting Treeborn Frog. And because of that, the final spam card that we have is Cold Wave, because Cold Wave, I think we've seen it played once by Jeexx. I'm not 100% about, I'm pretty sure we've seen it, but just in case, so it can only be activated at the start of the main phase 1. Until your next turn, you or your opponent cannot play or set any spell or trap cards. We don't have too many that we actually mind. If we have a situation where we already have a tribute line set up, if we can go into something like Cold Wave and then we can tribute summon one of our big things, then Jeexx will have a really hard time dealing with that while not being able to use any of his back row, and normally these sets would also hinder us as well, since we can't set our traps to deal with his stuff. But since we're not playing any, we don't really care about that. And the extra deck, like I said, Fishbar Blaster, the only thing that really gives us access to our extra deck. So probably much less relevant here than our other decks, but I'll cover it in just in case. Everything else here we've already covered except for Dark Strike Fighter, which is a level 7. And during a main phase, you can tribute a monster to burn your opponent equal to the tribute monster's level on the field by 200. And this is mostly to be able to close out games, and we can make this easily with either Ryza or Caius and Fishborg Blaster. And sorry, movies as well, Darkness Spirit or Venice Fiend if we want to, but Venice Fiend prevents special summoning, so yeah, actually no, that's my bad. But yeah, it's just basically there that we can make it and we can use it to close out the game if need be. And finally, we have 3 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, since, like I said, we most likely won't really be getting into our synchros. Normally, I wouldn't play this at such large quantities, but just in case Jeexx happens to be on Sidra, this could be nice, since it can be spell summoned by sending the above cards from either field to the graveyard. So if by some chance Jeexx gets Cyber Dragon, maybe 2 Side Dress on the field, or Cyber Dragon or any other machine monster, then we can just use 2 of his materials to get a 2k beater for ourselves. That took 37 minutes. I thoroughly apologize. I ended up like talking a lot, but I feel like for something like this, it makes at least a little bit of sense. Although I will admit I definitely took more time in the Blackwind deck that I needed to. But yeah, that, ladies and gentlemen, has been the deck breakdowns for the anniversary episode of the Circular Learning Journey. Hopefully you enjoyed them regardless of the length. I can't wait to get the recording sent to me and see how much Jeexx has managed to talk about his stuff. And hopefully you enjoyed this probably very lengthy episode of the History Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning Journey. Unless I get swept 3-0, in which case disregard this episode and enjoy the 20 minutes of gameplay that we have after. But yeah, thank you once again for enjoying the series and continuing to watch it, and we'll see you in the dueling zone next. Now, usually, this is where I would say, welcome, guys and gals, ladies and lads, but no. Today, there are no guys, no gals, no ladies, no lads, and I would like to welcome all of you, dear sirs and madams, to the 50th episode of the Historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning Journey. Technically not the anniversary episode, but tracking 50 is easier than 52, so we'll call it that. Welcome to the anniversary episode of this series, and it's kind of crazy that it's been 50 episodes already, and honestly, this has been so much fun, and it's just like something that I look forward to doing every weekend. It's been great, but I couldn't have done it thus far without my great co-host Jeexx. So Jeexx, how are you feeling today, and how has the journey been for you thus far?
Okay, so here's where you put like a wrestling intro, like John Cena's theme or something, before I start speaking. Okay, okay.
All right.
Yeah. And earlier when you were like, it's the 50th episode, you should do like confetti on the screen and put 50 and yay, you know, yippee.
This are things I actually edit. That's funny.
No.
Anyways,
I'm saying this shit as a joke. You shouldn't even edit this out. But yeah, I'm actually legitimately excited for like the fact that this is technically a payoff of 50 episodes or 49 episodes of playing the game, and this is the payoff. We get to basically showcase, quote unquote showcase. I'm not really showcasing shit here. One of my decks is a joke, but that we get to showcase the game properly. That we get to play honestly, I enjoy playing the game a lot every week. I feel like on top of having fun playing the game, except when I lose, because that's not fun. But,
real, true.
Yeah, true, yeah. I also get stream content out of this.
Hell yeah. Twitch.tv/Jeexx. Live every Sunday.
Yeah, dual terminal lore.
Dual terminal lore. And bro, you should have been there last Sunday. Last Sunday, it was crazy. It was one of the greatest streams of all time, and you can still check the VOD
at twitch.tv/Jeexx. Yeah. A week from now, yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yeah. I think I appreciate you asking me to do this last year, and I'm glad we've been able to continue doing this every single week, or almost every single week for the last year.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's genuinely been like some of the most fun that I've had, and it's just like Yu-Gi-Oh! It can be a shit show sometimes, but this has just been good fun. Except when I lose, because that's when it's, bro, this game sucks.
This game's ass.
But yeah,
except when you lose.
Yeah.
Lose specifically. That's when it's good.
No. When I lose, it's ass. When I win, it's sick, and I get TikTok clips.
Yeah.
But today we're not there for the sucking or the ass or the clips. We're just here for a good time and a little bit of a look back on what we've gone through. And it'll be. I'm very excited to see what I after all of that, I don't want to get kicked, so I'll just drop something there. But one more thing before we get started. Actually, okay, kind of two more things. I didn't address it as at first, but yeah, I'm still I feel perfectly fine now. But as you can hear from my voice, I'm still a little bit in the recovery period. So sorry for that. But one last thing before we get started that I want to ask you is like, if you had to describe all of your decks with a single word, so give me 3 words to describe all of your 3 decks, well, what would that be?
Zero, dank, and hero.
Zero dank hero. That all right? That's pretty good. I'll say consistency, high roll, and something new. Okay, I cheated. It wasn't everything with 1 word. I said 2 words for 1, but I think that's what I would say. And yeah, I hopefully, since we won't have obviously a set breakdown for this, I'm not breaking down 10 years of Yu-Gi-Oh! At this point, I am not doing that. If you want the breakdown for all the lore up until this point, go to twitch.tv/Jeexx and beg him to do it. He will definitely tell you the lore.
I can do it. Yes, I will totally do it.
But,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Wrong, but I will.
I think that's even better and going to be more funny. But I will hopefully explain more detail what we're doing there. But just to give you the brief notes here, so both of us have brought 3 decks today, and we will play until one of us wins a single game with all of those 3 decks, and we want to make sure that all of them get at least to a chance to shine. So the first 3 games we are all going to be playing with all different decks. So after the second, we're swapping decks no matter the results, and then after that, like, you're free to do whatever, play out your decks however you want until one of us ends up with 3 wins. But are you ready to get started?
Yes.
And I think we can still do the usual loser gets to pick side, but for the first one, let's do the coin flip. So the anniversary coin flip, please bless me with heads.
Tails never fails, baby. No!
Thank you, coin flip, for giving me heads. All right. Best of luck. Now give me a good hand here.
It's fucking over for you.
Okay. It would be funny, but I don't think it makes sense. Okay, let me you know. I do wonder though.
Yep.
I'm so scared because a part of me wants to literally just pass.
Just pass. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
All right. We'll start with the normal summon of Blizzard.
That's basically pass.
And then we'll special summon Bora the Spear.
Yeah.
Then
Arms master, baby.
Then we will go into our extra, and yeah, we will sync these for a Blackwing Armwing. Then we will set a back row, and we will call it our turn. So yeah, game 1, we are starting off with good old Blackwing. I just felt like I played it so much, it's been probably my favorite archetype to play thus far. It's just, it would feel insensitive for me to not give it a spin here, so.
I would like to activate reinforcement of the army.
All right, you're free to do that.
Search my deck for a level 4 or lower warrior type monster. I would like to search my deck for specifically. Do I want this fella?
I'm like your Shadow Mist.
Shadow Mist isn't out yet. That's 2015.
Yeah, I know.
That's 2015, man. I wish I could, but no. Not today, I'm afraid. Not today. I would like to add to my hand Elemental Hero Stratos.
Yep.
Then I would like to special summon Greffer by discarding from my hand Malicious.
I
Is that okay?
think... Yeah, I think that's fine. I think on the summon, I'll probably pitch the DD Crow from my hand to banish Malicious
my
from your grave.
Malicious. Oh no. How will I recover? Then I would like to summon Elemental Hero Stratos. And I would like to activate the effect of Elemental Hero Stratos to search my deck for any
You can
hero
still get
monster.
one Malicious with that, but I need to put you off some stuff.
I would like to search for... I think that's probably still my best play here anyway. So I will search for Malicious. Then I would like to activate the effect of Greffer to discard Malicious to search my deck for a Dark Monster and send the Dark Monster to the graveyard. And I would like to send Dark Magician of Chaos.
Yep.
And I would like to activate Monster Reborn.
Yep.
To special summon Dark Magician of Chaos.
Will you add Reborn or Rhoda? It's at the end phase, right?
Yes, at the end phase.
Yeah. That doesn't
that's
matter
okay.
here. Yep. Nothing on that.
Then I would like to set one card and activate Allure Darkness to draw 2.
Yep.
And I would like to banish Malicious.
Ooh.
Got kind of grief there.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. And then I'd like
when
to
you
attack
go
in the
battle phase, I think I'll pop your back row here.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can proceed.
And then attack into.
Yep.
And
I'll take 500, it gets banished.
Yes.
Yeah, so I take 500 for that.
And these 2.
Yeah.
2.5, unless you have battle phase.
I got nothing. I'm taking it all.
Yeah, and then go in phase, and in phase I add to my hand. This is actually kind of a tough question. Because I can add either Allure or Monster Reborn, and I think Allure can give me more options in the long run when you think about it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Monster Reborn guarantees that if my Greffer or my Stratos die next turn, I can get them back.
Yeah.
Because if you have a Blizzard, you can go into a Blackwing Synchro no matter what happens, and presumably it's going to be able to also deal with Dark Magician of Chaos. But Rhoda also gets me what? Rhoda gives me Armageddon Knight, that doesn't do anything now. It also gives me Dark Greffer, that doesn't do anything for me now. Monster Reborn...
Yeah, I think it's between Allure and Monster Reborn.
I think Monster Reborn doesn't actually do anything when you think about it. Like, Monster Reborn on its own, if my field doesn't change next turn as, like, drastically,
then
because I
it's
can't get...
kind of dead.
Yeah, because I can't get DMAG back with it. If DMAG dies...
Yeah, because it's gone.
Gone. Yeah. And if one of these 2 is gonna die to something attacking it, it's probably gonna be Greffer. I would imagine Greffer is the one that's gonna die. Assuming you get, like, Bora and you just want to trade into it, you can do that.
Yeah.
So I am of the mind that I should get Allure here.
That's fair. I will start my turn. And then I would like to special summon from my hand Dark Armed Dragon. Since I happen to have 3 darks in my grave.
That's actually unfortunate when you think about it.
That's...
My guy literally didn't have any idea that I would banish this.
I literally immediately when I went into Armwing, I literally went like, oh yeah, I shouldn't have, because basically the reason why I used DD Cross, like I want to cut you off some resources, and I want to have it for the Iron Dragon, but immediately after I was like, you know what, Black Armwing is small enough that I think he'll probably find a way to deal with, which then will mess me up by me having 4 darks in my grave. But it ended up like you go into DMOG ended up actually helping me, so that's pretty funny.
That's fucked up.
All right. I think
Who's gonna die? All of them?
I think we'll start by banishing at least DD Crow and Blizzard to pop Stratos and DMOC. Now I'm thinking, do I value the extra 1100 damage enough to also get rid of Bora? And I think the answer is actually gonna be a no. So I will just simply attempt to beat our Gruffer for 11.
Yep.
Because I figured then if you have something like Battle Fader, then I can just do it afterwards. And I think I'll just end it there.
Yeah, I drop.
Mm-hmm.
I activate.
Yep.
Graceful Charity.
That's a pretty good card.
To draw 3 cards from the top of my deck.
And then you have Allure on top too. That's kind of gross.
Yes. Now the question is, do I want to do that?
The problem here is like we have so many good cards, so like having to pitch two, sometimes it's like, okay, but what if I don't want to?
Yeah. That's actually kind of unfortunate then. But I think that's probably my best bet though.
So initially, I was thinking of just for the sake of the episode wearing a suit. Then I realized I'd probably rather not do that because I'd get hot. So I end up just going with one of my favorite shirts otherwise. So
I was legitimately thinking of doing something similar, but then I realized, oh wait, no, I think I passed.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I am slightly screwed in a way.
The only card that I know you have in your hand is a Allure.
I have the opportunity to go for like the ballsiest play I can imagine here, or I simply do the safe line and end up in a situation that is neutral, where neither of has a board left. But I think it would be cooler if I, you know,
I like the way you think.
Kind of just went ham.
I like the way you think.
But I think I gotta. What are the odds that I draw anything good from this into this? Because okay, so full transparency. I have 2 draw cards in my hand. I have 1 2-drawer in my hand, and I have 2 monsters in my hand. Okay, I can use either the 2 monsters for the discard and 1 of the draw cards for the discard here, and then I can use the draw card to search for something and or draw for something and try to get into deeper.
Yeah.
But I can also just do a super safe play that leads into a situation where I'm kind of not losing.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's fun. I don't know if that's cool enough.
Yeah.
Is it?
You do what you feel like is best.
Man.
Also, I don't think I mentioned it ever, but in case I forget to also mention it in the intro section for this, so we don't have side decks. So we're basically like, even if like we're playing multiple games with this, we're stuck with the decks as they are. So we decided to do it just to make things a little simpler, and you know, not to make the deck breakdowns be 45 minutes.
Fucking long, yeah. God damn. Man, that's a bummer. This is a big ass bummer.
Yeah, I can.
I mean,
imagine
just
that it's
discard these 2.
Destiny Draw and Crab-ons. Interesting.
And
those are the
then
goodies.
I would like to normal summon.
Yep.
Summoner Monk.
Yep.
Summoner Monk will go into defense.
Yep.
And then I would like to pitch for Summoner Monk.
To get a level 3 tuner to go into
specials.
Rose?
No.
Oh.
No, I can't go into a level. I don't have an option for that. What do you mean? It's a level 4. You can only search for level 4.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I would like to special summon Stratos, and I would like to use Stratos' effect to search for a card,
Mm-hmm.
and that card will, in this case, be Diamond Dude. And then I would
Oh,
like to
yeah, that's pretty
activate
good.
E-teleport to special summon
Yeah, this gets you. Gotcha.
this, and then nuke the field
Yeah.
with Black Rose.
Yeah, I
You
figured.
just
Yeah,
send
that's
to the
pretty good because
graveyard and
that
just
like Diamond Dew sets you up for next turn.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's kind of the thing that
I
I
got
was going
nothing for
for. Like
Rose.
I could have just not used the Allure Darkness.
Yeah.
Or I could have just used the Allure Darkness and hoped that I draw into a Destiny hero. I could have discarded like Kribons and E-Teleport to
Yep.
use Allure Darkness, draw 2, pitch Summoner Monk, then use the draw to discard Diamond Dude or Malicious, because I still have one of those in the deck,
Yeah.
and then draw 2, and then I have 3 cards in hand, and those 3 cards can do better shit in general. But yeah, then I will pass.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Now, what do I even want
Now,
to
it would be
draw
fucked up
here?
if you drew an Armageddon Knight and you had that in hand.
Well. I would like to activate a graceful charity
Graceful
of my
Charity.
own to draw 3 and then discard 2 cards. And boy, oh boy, are we dealing with some goodies here.
Fucking.
Oh wow.
I do find it funny that we're both playing Dad in the first game.
Yeah, it's. I mean, to be fair, like I think for this time period, if you had to name a single card that is like the big boss monster that fits into a lot of decks, it's probably gonna be Dad. Because like, there's a reason why you have Teledad, you have Zombie Dad, you have Dad Return, you have 10 million archetypes of Dad decks.
You know, there is another.
Mm-hmm.
You will see it in game 3.
Oh, I'm excited now, but what I'm not excited is having to make this choice on what to actually pitch for my other
My
card.
super jank deck.
It's so hard.
Again, if you do Dad, you kind of just win.
I mean, yeah. I assure you, if one of the 3 cards in my hand currently was allowed to get into Dad, like I assure you, this would very much not be hard.
A difficult choice. Yeah.
But yeah. Well, anyways, I think I will pitch for the other card in my hand, a Kaluda Moonshadow. And then
That's
I think
unfortunate.
I will activate Monster Reborn from my hand. And what do I want to go into?
I mean, you can make level 5 Synchro right now, right?
It's if you read bio, it says you can summon a Blackwing.
Oh, yeah.
So, unfortunately, it's not a thing that exists.
Bora's big enough to deal with Diamond Dude. I think it's worthwhile.
Yeah, I genuinely think this is the play that I want to make. Is actually wait.
I'll trade into Kalud if you play it.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
There's no reason.
Yeah, you can just go for Black Rose too.
Yeah,
actually, wait. You have. If you have,
I can also go into your
Monk.
your. Monk would be very cool.
If you had a spell in hand,
last card in my hand was a spell. But yeah, unfortunately, I can be transparent and it's not. Now I'm basically just thinking.
Actually, you could also just go for Psychic Commander too and sit on it, because I can't swing over it with anything that I special summon or summon from hand. I think Black Rose is probably your best bet in terms of
I genuinely think that the way I want to do this is Carbons would be a way to deter you, but I know the last card in your hand currently is Diamond Dude. So I think the way I want to do this is I will target your Black Rose with my Monster Reborn. and then I will normal summon from my hand Bore the Spear.
Oh, that's a lot.
And yeah, because this is what? This is 41, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 41. Yeah. So it's a lot of damage and basically putting you on... You gotta hit something good here. So, yeah.
I mean, I don't lose next turn unless you get a card that you can, to normal summon. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of a talented gamer myself.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know if you heard about that before, but there are certain cards that I have in my deck that are completely game-changing and can warp this entire situation on its head.
Yeah.
Such as Pot of Greed, Dimension Fusion, Raigeki, and 2 more copies of Monster Reborn. And it's none of them.
But... You have one more turn. You have a chance to hit something good with Diamond, dude. I mean, okay, you have one more turn, assuming I don't hit into literally any monster.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm a gamer.
I respect it. I respect it.
I'm a gamer. I'm gonna mill one. That
is good. That is good.
And then I pass.
All right. And now... Well, okay, it's literally any monster.
It's literally any monster or card that gets you a monster.
To be fair,
what are the odds?
I have a lot of spell traps in my deck, though. So
imagine you draw an allure, and you have to use the allure, and you only get one monster off the allure, and the other card isn't Monster Reborn or something that gets you a monster. That would be hilarious.
Anyways.
Or you don't get any monster.
Let's see what we can find. That's hilarious. Okay. Now, 2 more shots. Basically, both of these need to be monsters. So, let's go for a 1. I can tell you, it is a dark monster.
Oh, no.
And
no,
a
no,
2.
No.
And I am sorry, Jeexx.
No!
Unfortunately, one of the 2 cards that I got was a Dark Armed Dragon, and the other one is a Blizzard, the Far North.
Oh god, no! It would have been so good!
Wait, what did you get after that? It was
I would have got... Oh, wait, and there's one more. A third one. Damn, it's Jover.
Oh, but yeah.
It's Jover.
What a first game! And the fact that it started with me literally going like, oh, I'm gonna do this into immediate, oh shit, I fucked up, into it actually paying off
working
for me.
out.
That's crazy, but yeah.
In a way, I should have seen that coming, and I should have just gone like, okay, I don't need to do this. I don't need to make DMAG to kill this. I can just set up my board in a way where you get fucked over for not playing around your dad.
Yep.
But I didn't do it. I didn't play well. I didn't pay attention. I didn't think about it. But yeah, I guess we'll do the second one.
Yeah. Actually, wait. Okay, it's good that you left. Let's just say that I might have built some stuff in here, and
Okay.
I didn't think about it. Yeah. Okay, but yeah. So that means a Blackwing is done, and we're both changing decks now. And but this hero pile will return a little later on. But yeah, we're gonna go prep for the second deck, so we'll be right back with you. All right, and we are back with the second set of decks in Jeexx. Since you got swiftly defeated last time, you can I mean, I'll just pick these so you can just then in. Let's see what we are cooking with for game 2. So best of luck to you, gamer.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I do not like the look of my hand.
I would like to normal summon.
Mm-hmm.
Refer.
Yep. Okay, that doesn't tell me anything about what sort of deck you're playing.
I would like to activate Refer.
Yeah.
To discard Infernity Archer.
Okay, that tells me a lot more about what.
That tells you a lot about the deck.
It's a Infernity hero pile with a side of worms.
Then I would like to send to the graveyard Infernity Avenger. And I would like to set 3 cards.
Interesting.
Have fun.
Well, I most certainly will. I want to end my...
Harpy's Feather Duster. GG's go next.
As much as I'd love to. No.
No. That's kind of weak.
Avenger and Archfiend, huh? I'll like that. I'll like that one little bit.
I mean, when you think about it, Avenger brings itself back. And that's why I threw it in the grave. Because I needed something that could maybe... For example, if Greffer dies here, I can just use Avenger's effect to bring him back as a level 4. It's a level 4 tuner at that point. And that is fairly good. That's actually fairly good.
Now, this is an interesting predicament that I find myself in.
You know what would be funny?
Yep.
If people sided cards that gave your opponent 1 card against Infernities.
Yep.
Like, they just have a card that says, yeah, your opponent draws 5 each year.
It would be pretty fun. I do remember, like, in Shiny Darkness, there was a... what's his face? There was a trap that said, like, banish a target asynchro on the field. Yeah, banish it and your opponent draws 1.
Yeah.
Which is...
would have been grief as well.
I have some stuff that I could do, but I don't know if it's good enough. All right. It's so interesting. It's so interesting. I tell you. All right. It is time for us to cook.
Pause, champ.
Hopefully. Maybe. Possibly.
Maybe cooking?
There is a chance that we might be doing some cooking. There's also a chance that I get absolutely my back broken, but, you know, that is what we can do. Anyways, I would like to start by activating Monster Reborn.
Yeah, go for it.
And I would like to target...
To summon... Avenger!
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 What the fuck? Let me cook here, alright? Then I would like to normal summon. It's so fucking dumb. Necro Gardener. Is that okay?
That's okay.
And then I would like to use these 2 to go into
Armory Arm?
Armory Arm. Is that okay?
Okay, yeah.
And then I would like to beat over Greffer for 100.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll summon Avenger.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then I would like to go... Oh yeah, and Avenger is now 4, yeah. Then I'll just set... Oh yeah, why is this thing here?
I don't know, buddy.
I will set a back row and... I will pass. I just thought it's funny to beat over something with Armory Arm, so you know.
Okay. I would like to normal summon.
Yeah.
Necromancer.
You bastard.
Necromancer's effect activates.
Yeah.
I'd like to go into defense position. Is this okay?
Yeah. I got nothing for that.
Okay. And then I would like to start cooking.
All right.
I will special summon.
Yeah.
Infernity Archfiend from my graveyard using the effect of Infernity Necromancer.
Yeah.
Boom. And then I would like to activate the effect of... I don't have control of my board for some reason. I would like to activate the effect of Infernity Archfiend to search my deck for a Infernity Launcher. Is this okay?
Yes.
Ash Blossom? Solemn? Okay.
I'll let you know when there's a moment when I want to do some interaction. So until then, you can just, do your thing.
Activate Launcher. So I have 0 cards in hand. Then I would like to Synchro Summon using my Infernity Avenger and my Infernity Archfiend. I would like to make a... I think this is probably my best bet here. Stardust Dragon. Because Infernity Avenger is level 4 because it's the same level as Greffer. Because Greffer got destroyed. That's important to note. Then I would like to activate the effect of Infernity Launcher by sending it to the graveyard. And I would like to special summon Archfiend and Avenger in attack.
Yep.
Is this okay? Okay,
Yep.
this is okay. I would like to activate the effect of Infernity Archfiend. Is this okay?
Yeah. Nothing on that.
I would like to add to my hand Launcher.
Yep. Seems pretty good.
Then I would like to activate Launcher.
Yep.
Then I would use Avenger and Necromancer to make Armory Arm.
Yep. Seems pretty good.
I would like to summon Armory Arm over here, actually, so that I have space.
Yep, that's fine.
And then I would like to use Launcher to special summon Necromancer and Avenger.
Yep.
And sack both of these two. Sack Avenger and Archfiend for a level 5. And in this case, the level 5 will be... What is this monster? It's a light monster. Oh, I can make Stygian Sergeants. Let's go. I can actually make it, finally. Fucking hell. Yeah. Then Necromancer's effect to special summon Archfiend. Archfiend effect. This is making me real nervous. What the fuck? What are you cooking?
No, don't worry about it. Just keep going.
What the fuck? That's... I don't like this at all. Add launcher. Activate launcher. Wait. I should have probably summoned... Actually, is it okay if I do this instead? I move Armory Arm over there, like this.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Okay. Okay. And I would like to maybe even... No, that's not worthwhile. Yeah, then I would like to equip Armory Arm on Stygian Sergeants.
Yep.
Yeah, then I would like to use Infernity Launcher's effect again.
Yep.
To special summon the Infernity Avenger. And then I would like to go into a Infernity Doom Dragon.
Yep, seems pretty good.
Yeah, and then I would like to go into Battle Phase. This is okay.
Oh yeah. We're in battle phase. Yeah, that's perfect.
We're in battle phase. Yeah, I would like to attack your Armory Arm using Stygian Sergeants, which has 3,200 attack. And a Flamewing mana effect.
3.2.
Yeah, 3.2. Against 1,000 attack from Armory Arm.
Yeah, let me think here. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yep. This is fine.
Okay.
So I
So
will
you
take
take
1400.
and then you take Flaming Man effect, which deals 1,400 to you. Actually, yes. If the target destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the monster's attack. Yes.
Original. So I take
Original attacks.
1800 there.
18. Yes.
So wait, that would be then 32.
This can attack a second time as well, by the way. So it's gonna be 4,000 attack to the face.
Huh. Okay. Well, that's a lot. So I guess then I'll do.
I would highly recommend if you have interaction. Yes, then I will activate Book of Moon on the Armory Arm.
Yep. And then.
Yeah, and then you still take 1,800, and then I get to attack a second time.
Yeah. And we can go to another game.
Yeah. I was cooking.
You were cooking. You were very much cooking.
And not only did I have Book of Moon, but yeah.
But if anything, let's just say like when you see the final product afterwards, you probably gave me the best bit I have ever gotten during this series. So that's very good.
Wait, what do you mean?
I can show you after, but yeah. That is now a grand equalizer of 1-1. So your Infernity is done. We'll see Lightsworn return in a little bit, but first we need to see what our third decks are. So we'll be right back with those. And we're back with game 3, and I think I would like to go first. And
Which one are you picking?
I'm picking paper. I mean, you're always picking rock, bro. We've established.
Well, you're not wrong, but come on, man.
This is probably the deck that I'm most excited, but also the most afraid to be playing.
So I'm gonna have to preface my deck with,
Yeah.
this is jank as fuck, and
Okay.
it is the closest approximation to a deck that I played 13 years ago that I could make within the Shining Darkness and before.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
And we're gonna see some ass.
All right, I'm excited for it. I did also notice that you have 50 cards in your deck, so that's pretty.
Yes.
That's pretty baller.
Yes.
But I would like to start my turn with a very, and I mean very humble, monster face down and pass.
It's 2/2. Let's see how it is. I would like to. Actually, would I like that? Would I like this or this more? I think I would like to normal summon Neospatian Grand Mole
Ooh, yep.
to attack into your face down and bounce both of our cards to the hand.
Yep.
And then I would like to set one card and pass.
All right.
Fear me.
Playing it slow, huh? Playing it slow. Well done.
I got time.
I guess you do. Anyways, I would like to special summon from my hand a Swap Frog by pitching Treeborn Frog.
Oh no, he's playing monsters!
Then I can pitch a level 2 or lower Aqua monster from our deck. And I think I will pitch.
Is this an FTK?
I think I will pitch a
Because you can do that with these.
Ronin Totem.
Yes. I wonder why would you send Ronin Totem?
Just for the hell of it. Then I think I would like to. Normal summon a substitute.
Yes. This is sensible, yes.
And this is interesting. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. I will use the effect of Swap Frog to bounce back to my hand to get another normal summon of a frog monster for the turn. So I will get Swap Frog to my hand, and then I will... Actually, normal back the Swap Frog.
Okay.
Then we will get rid of this Swap Frog for Substitute's effect to get a frog from our deck, and I think I want to go for I mean, I can do more stuff here technically. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. So yeah, we will get another Swap Frog. Because, you know, let me make sure before I do any of this stuff. You can only, the extra normal summon.
Wait.
What?
You can normal summon one frog monster during your main phase this turn, except Swap Frog, in addition to your normal summon. You can't normal summon Swap Frog again with this one effect.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so then let's just say like I didn't do that because it technically didn't matter. So yeah, I'll just keep, because wait, yeah, I bounced it and then I normaled it back.
Yeah, so you can use its effect again, right? Or no, wait, never mind. I'm still,
Oh yeah, I didn't even do the summon effect. Yeah, why did I? Hold on, why did I even do the extra normal? It doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
that's actually good. Yeah, okay, so it didn't matter. Okay. Okay, this is not one. Okay, perfect. Then this works. Okay, so we'll get another Swap Frog with this one, and then when we get the Swap Frog, we can pitch a. I guess let's just in our deck. We'll pitch another Treeborn.
Yes.
And then we will use the effect of Substitute to put Swap Frog into grave to get from our deck another Swap Frog. And with the Swap Frog, we will bin another Treeborn Frog. Then we will tribute this Swap Frog. It's kind of funny that if I was playing Frog FTK, I could have done it here.
Yeah.
And then with that, we will get a Dupe Frog in defense position. Now, sadly, that is going to be it for me, and I will... the 100 points of damage doesn't matter. I'm not risking you having some tomfoolery battle trap here. I will just end my turn on that.
Okay. I will level track. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I will go standby main.
Yep.
And now, witness me.
I witness it.
I will normal summon Stratos.
Yep.
And I would like to add to my hand elemental hero.
Yep.
Or a hero card. Sorry, that hero card would be
Elemental Hero Neos.
Stratos.
Oh.
Stratos.
Okay.
Stratos. Then I'll set one. Then because this is not a frog monster, I'll just kill it.
Yep. And I will take 17.
Then I pass.
Yep.
I didn't have time, by the way. I lied, apparently.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
The joke is that you could have killed me just...
Yeah. But yeah, since I don't have spell traps and I do not control a Treeborn Frog, I will get a Treeborn Frog from my grave. Is that okay?
Yep.
Then I would like to
Tribute summon.
tribute a Treeborn Frog for a Caius the Shadow Monarch.
Okay.
And I would like to attempt to banish the Stratos.
And I would like to say fuck you.
Yep. So Caius also gets banished, and then now I wonder. I don't think it does anything.
Pause, champ.
Oh yeah, I had that. Okay. Yep. I actually think I'm fine with just this in passing.
I humbly accept.
Mm-hmm.
This is some jank.
Yep.
I'm gonna do the same thing again.
Yep.
And you can't stop me, brother.
I
And then
cannot.
pass.
Yep. Standby phase. Oh my days. We get a Treeborn Frog back, and I. That's kind of funny.
Yep.
I will set a monster, and
Oh
I
my
will
God.
pass. This is where I get hit with the right deck and explode.
I will.
You have a lot of cards in your hand.
I have a lot of cards in my hand. I have the jankest shit in my hand. You wouldn't believe how jank this shit is.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to check what this is real quick.
It is a Substitute.
It's a substitute.
So take your 200 points of damage.
My 200 points of
You're the
damage.
clock, baby.
And then I would like to normal summon Elemental Hero Stratos.
Yep.
To add to my hand.
To go into a rank 4?
Yes, to go into a rank 4. I would like to add
Castel.
to my hand Elemental Hero Neos Alias.
Yep. Kind of crazy. I was sure.
Kind of wild. I know. And then in the end phase, I have 7 cards in the hand, so I would like to discard from my hand Elemental Hero Ocean and pass.
Yep. All right.
The wheel is turning.
It is
Rebel
turning.
1.
I would like
distribute all 3 of your frogs
for
special summon.
Tormentor. No, I would like to snatch still one of your shadows. Is that okay?
What are my Stratos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I would like to tribute my Treeborn Frog as well as my Dewfrog.
Okay.
For a Light and Darkness Dragon.
God damn.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Oh yeah, and Dewfrog gets me, I guess, Swap Frog. Yeah. And then I would like to go battle phase.
Yep.
And
I'll trade the Stratos into my Stratos.
go Light and Darkness Dragon into your shadows, I think.
Okay. I take 1,000 damage.
Yep.
And then
shadows for 18.
Yeah, I think this is fine. I don't really care about the HP, but I would like to special summon from my hand.
Gores.
Tragoedia.
Oh, Tragoedia. Before. Oh, okay. After Shadows, gotcha.
Yeah, after.
Yep. And that was, how is it? It's quite big.
It's 5,000, 5,000, yeah.
5,000. It's 600
4,000,
per
3,000,
each
sorry,
card.
3,000, yeah, yeah.
I was
Sorry,
gonna say,
3,000.
huh?
I was
Yeah.
like 4,000, right? Because it's 800 per, but yeah, it's 3,000.
That is quite big.
Snatch steal.
Yeah, then mate
That would be
2.
funny. I would not find it hilarious at all.
I think it would be pretty hilarious. And oh yeah, I was gonna say like, and then I would do, but yeah, let me not do anything because you know, Light and Darkness Dragon is indeed a card that exists on the field, so I will just pass on that.
Nice. I would like to
And
draw
in
one
your
card.
standby, you get 1,000 for
I
Snatch
get
Steal.
1,000, and then I would like to attack
Yep,
with my 3,600 attack beat stick.
yep, and
And it,
this goes to the grave. Everything gets nuked, so you
Yes.
get this back.
my Stratos back. Yes.
And then I
Wait,
get.
no, I think Stratos dies.
Oh yeah. It goes to the grave, and then
Yes.
I get a. I guess it doesn't really matter what I get here. Yeah, I guess I'll just get. I mean, yeah, attack. Yeah, I'll get a Swap Frog, and on the summon, I will pitch from my deck a nothing because I have no legal targets left.
That's a warning. Yeah. So next I will set one card and pass.
Yep.
Now my thing is 3,000 attack. Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Trag to the rescue. But you should be aware. You weren't far off. He does in fact exist within this deck.
He indeed
The
does.
emissary of darkness.
I mean, if you're playing Trago, chances are you're playing Gorse.
Hell yeah.
Now the question here is, I do wonder. I go into this thing. Yeah, I guess it doesn't. Yeah, that doesn't matter. We will just simply set a monster in.
Oh.
I could check it, but I think I'll just call it there. And I will pass.
I will go standby. Main. I would like to flip
Oh
summon.
yeah, before, since nothing
Ooh.
happened, I will get this.
Oh yeah. I would like to flip summon Raiko, the Lightsworn Hunter.
Yep.
To pop that and mill 3.
Yep. And it is
Ooh.
another substitute.
No way!
2 E-calls and a Starlight Throw. Well, that was a great Raiko.
That was a horrible Raiko. Like, bruh.
But this is a rare opportunity where Raiko can beat over a monster.
Yes.
Which is funny. I mean, not that it matters. Unless you have another special summon.
I would like to activate Monster Born
Yep.
to special summon Stratos
Yep.
to add to my hand.
You can no longer add a Stratos. No.
Oh no! But I already didn't add Stratos last time. Remember?
Yep.
I added an elemental hero, Neos.
Yeah.
It's important. Okay,
It
you gotta emphasize it like that, yeah, because you're basically cheating.
Sometimes you gotta cheat a
you can-
little, you know?
Oh yeah, I forgot. This card is broken. I tribute summon evil hero, malicious edge using 1 tribute because you control a monster.
Yep.
Yep. And then I would like to attack into the Reborn Frog for 2,500
Yep.
damage. I mean, because it deals piercing.
Yep.
And then attack into the Swap Frog.
Yep.
And then go face for 3,000. Go face for 3,000. There we go. Yeah. Battle. No.
I wish. That's a lot of
But
damage. Basically, yeah. I'm mostly thinking stuff, but yeah, I will take 3,000 points of damage.
then in my turn.
All
Dude,
right.
I legitimately, it completely slipped my mind just now. That if I swing with Gores here, in the Gores here, you can just win.
That would be a pretty big Gorse.
Like, the token would be huge. It would be 3,000, and I don't really have anything worthwhile in my deck that can just beat over that.
Yeah.
I'm glad that
Right
this
then.
game is very different in terms of how fast it's going.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if that is what it is, then nothing we can do about that. But we will attempt it anyway. So I would like to tribute summon for another Caius, the Shadow Monarch.
I must say, that's okay, yes.
Unfortunately, is just a tad bit too small, but
Tiny little monarchs.
since
They're one tribute monarchs.
I mean, you are on some heroes, so chance of you getting malicious to be able to just take my shit with Tragodia are bad. So I think I will have to banish Trago.
Let's take 1,000.
And you
Goodbye,
take
Greg.
1,000. And then
Main phase 2.
main phase 2 and go.
Wait, am I missing something? I mean,
Oh wait, actually wait, I forgot. I can attack. I guess I'll swing over Shadows.
yeah. That's kind of.
I
What
mean,
I was like, wait.
yeah, I'm mostly I'm just because you have the bigger things. I know you have monsters in your hand. I mean, you can see my back row. I'm basically,
You know what else?
Yeah.
Stay on page. You know what else I have in hand?
Let's see.
You saw him on turn 1.
Let's see.
Grand Mole, buddy.
Yeah, you do.
I do, in fact, have Grand Mole. But I would like to normal summon
Yep.
Neo's Alias.
Yep. Is that a Gemini
And
Spark from turn 1 that you have set? That'll be
I'm
sick.
afraid it's not. No.
Okay, yeah. Because it's
I'm
unfortunately too
afraid.
small.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna check something.
Oh, go ahead. This is
Battle
your game to cook,
Fader. When opponent's monster declares the direct attack, you special summon this card. Not gonna attack.
Yep.
It doesn't matter, because you get 2 tributes anyhow, so I'm just gonna attack into the Battle Fader.
Yep.
Because you get Treeborn Frog anyhow, and that deals with my shit no matter what. Pass.
I mean,
you
there
have
are
an
definitely
out.
things that deal with this.
Yeah, you
Oh.
just draw Caius again. You just draw your 3rd Caius or Ryzen.
Holy fuck. Anyways, where's my Treeborn Frog?
Or even a Monster Reborn, really.
All right.
Oh no, Monster Reborn doesn't do anything for you. I'm stupid. Because that thing can't be special.
I would like to activate Snatch Steal on
Snatch
your
Steal.
Malicious Edge.
Okay.
Then, I would like to Tribute Summon Battle Fader for a Vanity's Fiend.
Okay.
Anything on the summon?
Nope.
Alright, then we go Vanity's Fiend into Alias for 500.
Yep.
And this for 26.
Yep.
And that is all we can do. So take
GG,
your
shake my hand.
1,000.
I'll take my 1,000. So, you know the thing that I said on turn 1?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, God, this card is fucking useless against Frog Monarchs.
Or is it?
Harpreet's Feather Duster.
Yep.
Yep.
And then you can just pierce.
That's GG.
Yeah, I didn't draw any monarchs for like the first 5 turns, so Just
That was
playing,
really
just
unfortunate.
having all the frogs in my hand is not really great. I think I had like 2 Substitute and the Treeborn and Soft Frog, and the last one was Snatch Steel. That was my opening hand, I think. So, yeah. If I was
don't know.
playing a Frog FTK, it would have been the
That
optimal
would have
hand
been
if the
big.
Snatch Steel was Mass Driver or anything like. But unfortunately, it was not, and we got into our engine stuff later. Although this was kind of funny, like this was such a bad matchup because Malicious Edge is just slightly bigger than everything that I have.
Yeah. The
But-
reason why I'm running it is
Yep.
because it's one of the first like non-elemental hero cards that I ever got. And it's arguably really good too,
It's very
especially if
good.
you use it as like, you know,
Like
in a slower game.
yeah,
If this was against Blackwings, I would have lost.
like a one tribute 2.6k beater with piercing is really good.
Yeah. Like
But-
you're intended to use it with a Infernal Prodigy, where
Yep.
you just sack this thing
Yeah,
and special it on turn 1.
yeah,
Or your turn 2, I mean.
yeah. But that it means that it is 2-1 now, and you still need to win a game with your
My arguably strongest deck, if we don't count the Infernal.
And I
deck,
have Lightsworn as well as Frog Monarch to still go. So let's still settle those,
I
and we'll
mean-
be yeah.
You might be able to burn me to death with Caius.
That's fair, but yeah, we'll be right back with those. All right, so 2-1. I do think I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
And now, I banked on being able to win with this one first, so heavens bless me with a good hand.
Cards? I didn't pay attention to it, but I think this is frogs again. No, is it? No, I think this is Blackwing because it seems like it would be more consistent, right? Yeah.
Alrighty then, chat room.
Alrighty then, chat room. Today we're cooking.
We will start by normaling Gareth Lightsworn Warrior.
Oh, you won with Blackwing. Never mind. I'm stupid.
Yeah, Blackwing was a dub.
Yeah,
In the end, I ended up deciding on literally eeny, meeny, miny, mo. But I'm kind of happy with this because
Scientific.
I think there is a cooler interaction in this deck than in the other one that I would like to still show off. But we will see if we get there. But then I would like to activate Solar Recharge, pitching this godforsaken wolf from my hand that seems to find its way here every time to draw 2. And then pitch 2 from my deck to grave. And I think Gareth is an instant, so I'm sending 2 and then I'm
No.
sending an. Oh, is
No,
it for every
Gareth
card?
only works for monsters. It does not work
Fuck!
for spells.
You're right. So we will pitch 2 Illumina. And
That's pretty
Blade
good.
Spitter. It's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
And then
Can make a 6.
I can.
Rayonak?
I
Oh,
can
bounce
make-
nothing.
True.
Gaia.
Huge.
Kill nothing. Kill nothing.
Mm,
Splendid Rose.
these are all, great
Ass.
great ones, but I think
There aren't many good 6s yet, so.
yeah, 6s are
Michael
kind
doesn't
of
exist yet.
mediocre for now. It's scary, but I do think my best bet is to just set a back row and pass on that. And Garrett doesn't have a
Alrighty.
maintenance cost, yeah.
We're cooking tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, put me out of my misery. With Dad,
like-
an Infernity player.
To activate reinforcement of the army.
That's a pretty good one.
To search for Greffer.
Yep.
And then I would like to activate. I would like to special summon Greffer using Malicious.
Yep.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay. Then I would like to activate Greffer's effect, discarding Level Eater.
Yep.
to send to my graveyard a Dark Monster from the deck.
Yep.
And I would like to send Plague Spreader.
Yep. And then you special summon 3 Dark Eye Dragons from your hand. That'd be pretty sick.
I would like to activate Destiny Draw to discard a Malicious to draw 2.
Oh, 2 Malicious in hand is kind of unfortunate, but it's still pretty good.
One to special summon Malicious.
Yep.
Deck. And then I would like to
Plague Spreader.
Place use Level Eater on the Malicious first, and then I would like to activate Plague Spreader.
Yep.
Yep. Now we have a fairly big board here, actually. This is a solid board, I would say. Yeah.
I would argue so.
Yeah, we have a level 7. We can make a level 7 off of this. That's not bad. That's not horrible. But at the same time, I would also say that it's kind of shit. Because when you look at all the level 7s in the game, it's kind of shit at the moment.
Yeah, making. I mean, you're welcome to make a Rose Dragon. You know.
Yeah. Let me just make an 8 instead. I think an 8 would work fine. Yeah. But what 8 would we make? I think.
Yeah, that's the thing, because there are a lot of good ones.
There's 3, 4 good ones at least. 4 good ones that I would like to have. What does this thing say again exactly? This doesn't search for shit. I mean, I think this one is probably our best bet. I would like to use Plague Spreader, which banishes itself as a tuner, and then use Level Eater and Malicious.
Yep, since Malicious is a 5 now.
A 5, I would like to summon Colossal Fighter.
That seems pretty good.
Colossal Fighter is 3,000.
Yeah, I have no warriors, and you have the 2 Malicious.
Wait, can I go back one step before this? Okay, I will put this back in the extra deck. Special summon all of these things as is. You know, I realized that while I was doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro stuff the other day, that you can't do something like this, and it was kind of annoying.
What you mean?
To be honest, you couldn't like go back one move and be like, fuck, I want to check something else.
Yeah.
I would like to normal summon. Should I actually?
Yeah, you haven't normaled yet.
Let's think for a second.
Yeah.
If I do what I'm thinking of doing, and you have a card that lets you deal with this option or that responds to this option, I'm fucked. But if I simply play conservatively, I can actually still do something. And then there's also the question of, is it worth it to go for Colossal Fighter or like Stardust Dragon? Because if you think about it, if you have something set right now and you haven't used it yet, odds of it being solemn are kind of low.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
you would have probably used it earlier.
There's a solemn or a torrential tribute just sitting there. I'm just here like, yep, keep going, dude.
I think this would have been the perfect spot to do it at. Like, you didn't realize that I had a normal.
No, I obviously realized you haven't. I'm just waiting for the normal. But keep going. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'll change my play here to Stardust. I think that's just safer overall.
That's fair enough.
The options that you have. And then I would like to level eat the Stardust.
Yep. For a 7.
To make it a 7. Yeah. And then we have...
If you have a tuner to normal summon to make with level 8 and Grapher here, like, that would be gross.
That would be a 7, though.
Yep. But I mean, that's kind of... honestly, at this point, if you can make something like... Oh, yeah, Euro, or whatever the X-Saber was, it required your opponent to have 4 cards in hand to take something out. Yeah. So, yeah, I wouldn't even be that great.
I'll just go swinging for it.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And this is honest, right?
Yeah.
Oh, oops. To the grave. And I lose 1.850.
It's the equal to monster it's battling, Yeah,
1.850 because that's the
difference. Because you always take the opponent's monster.
Yeah. Well, in that case, mayhaps I will.
Go into S7 and say fuck it.
Fucking we ball.
That would be pretty funny.
That would be kind of funny, I must say. But I think Greffer overall is kind of a dead card now.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, Greffer
also
doesn't do
assuming
anything
you don't
because you
deal
can just
with
swing.
Gareth, it just dies. Because
Yeah.
chances of me prioritizing swinging over level leader are not the biggest. Let's just say.
Yeah. I'm gonna just normal some Stratos instead, and I would like to use Stratos effect to search my deck
Yeah,
for
that seems good because
a
it just gets you at least gets you your resources back.
Stratos.
Mm-hmm.
Pass. Because I don't really care if Greffer dies here, but I would like to filter my graveyard a little.
Yeah, that's fair. Mm-mm.
I'm starting to think that this might even be jankier than the jank deck that I made.
I mean, I'm just looking at stuff that I'm drawing here, and what it's not pretty.
It's not. Oh yeah, this is banished by the way, right? Because you used it for synchro, or no, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm an idiot.
it was just pitched for the
Yeah,
solar recharge. Like that
yeah, I was
was
super confused.
Lumina and Plague Spreader. So
Yeah,
that's still up on the board if I wish to do something with it.
I reminded you of it. Don't worry, buddy. You can use it,
No, remember it's. I did
dude.
remember it was the whole thing. There's just something else that I really don't like that I'm currently uh, going through. Actually, I guess that's a play that I can make. It's kind of awkward though, but is it still the best thing to do? I guess it is. Now the question is, what do I want to go for though? The toolbox problem of having so many good things you can do. I do think this is probably gonna be my best bet. So I will normal summon Layla Lightsworn Sorcerers.
Yeah.
Then I will use the effect of Plague Spreader Zombie to put this card from my hand on the top of my deck to special summon this thing in defense position. Then I will use. Oh, it's so awkward though. But I do.
Gaia, the force of Earth, splendid rose.
I will go for a 6.
Okay, not a 10. Oh, bold, bold.
I think there was literally like 1 or 2 10s that we could do. Imagine this Plague Spreader Zombie was a glob bulb. And I could go for some like Mistworm here.
Mistworm would be perfect.
Although, actually, why would I give that stuff to your hand?
Yeah, you should totally use Mistworm.
I literally,
It's like a normal summon Greffer too.
Even if I wanted to, I literally am incapable of doing that.
So what are we doing? Were we discarding one? What are we bouncing? What are we bouncing? We discarding, right? We're discarding, right?
I'm genuinely not sure because it's like,
I mean,
I don't want.
Think about it, level
the
leader
only
is
thing that here I would like to give to you in your hand is maybe the level leader, and you still have stuff to use it for discard fodder. So, genuinely,
don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it.
You got a Stratos off the Stratos.
Yep.
And that's the card that I know. The other one I do not know. But actually, yeah, you did that as well. I don't think I am bouncing anything.
No bouncing.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Damn.
Now, we're going into battle phase next, and now here's the thing, is...
I would swing into Levelator and Greffer because I don't want you. I wouldn't want me to have that setup because right now I have 2 in the grave. Yeah, 2 in the grave.
That's the
And I
thing
can't
here,
use the bushes.
is you can... Okay, do not want to crash my Lila regardless. So this is happening regardless. So I can do this first. But now the thing here is, would I kill Greffer or Shadows here? If I don't kill Shadows, you can elect to pop my back row. If I don't kill a Greffer, if you get something there, I think this is the right thing, because just in case, because if you get into dad in this position, I just perish. You've already used the malicious stuff, so you at least this way, you need to find a level 6
Way to get, yes.
before you can do stuff with level eater. So I think this makes the most sense because of that. And then we'll go end phase, and we will send the top 3 cards of our deck to the graveyard. And
Wolf.
I mean, yeah, you remember when I placed a card from my hand to the top of my deck with Blade Spreader? Oh wow, it's Wolf! That's crazy. Who could have seen that coming? Yeah, seeing Charge and Judgment Dragon go along with that is... Don't like seeing that, but you know. It is a high roll deck, so that'll do it for me. I was genuinely considering like in main 2 being like, you know what, fuck this, take your Stratos back to your hand.
Oh, that would have been cruel, bro.
Just to have you with a clean board.
I'm gonna normal summon Elemental Hero Stratos.
Yep.
And I would like to pop your back.
It is a Starlight Road.
Perfect. I would like to activate Emergency Teleport to special summon Psychic Commander.
Yep.
And make Black Rose Dragon.
Yep.
I'm gonna send everything and Black Rose to the grave.
Yep.
Because presumably you don't have a way to negate this.
Yeah, I mean, I have 1 card in my hand, and let's just say honesting or DD crowing stuff here doesn't really do much, you know?
A Judgment Dragon. Gigi's going next.
Alright.
Monster Reborn? Lumina?
I will set a monster. I will pass.
I will normal summon Krabong sometimes.
We are playing the video. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't think it matters. All right.
Right go. Yeah!
And then we will mill 3. Well, sadly...
Oh, wait, I should have attacked into that, actually. I should have totally attacked into it. Fuck.
Yeah, it was interesting that you didn't, but...
Yeah, I didn't think about it.
Now then!
Damn, if only my opponent was honorable and pointed out the fact that I did not choose to attack using my monster, even though I had the opportunity to. If only my opponent had been playing honest and fair, just as I have before.
Shut up and give me your Stardust Dragon.
No, not my Stardust Dragon! Why must it be like this?
Thank you.
And why must it be like this?
200. Battle Fader?
Yeah, okay. No, it's something better. Oh, it's not.
Yeah, a Dragon, yeah, or a Gorge for 200. Yeah, seems pretty likely. Well,
But Gorse is 2,700 and the token is 200. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Gorse
yeah.
is 2,700 at all times. I can also gain life points back if I want to, and it's big enough where it stalls
I
out
think
to
I'll
start as
do
dragon.
this, so then I will pass.
I just got a phone call. I would like to answer this.
Yep, go ahead. I'll pause the recording. All right, and we're back.
We're back. Now I shall top deck the one and only card that I have access to that can possibly turn this game around for me.
Did he?
Fortune smiles upon me. I activate Pot of Greed, which allows me to draw 2 cards from the top of my deck. I activate
Graceful Chant.
Allure of Darkness. I draw 2 cards and I banish from my hand 1 card. I banish Judgment Dark Arm Dragon. Yeah, then I activate Emergency Teleport, 2 special summon from my deck. Nothing, because I only have Kribons. Then I lose.
I mean, you can swing into something.
I can
and
swing
you can
into this.
negate things. Oh, you don't want to swing into Raiko?
I want to swing into this thing.
Oh, you poor fool!
Oh no, I cannot believe.
100 damage.
I believe it's over. And then I banish this at the end of turn. And that's it.
Yeah. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten our game 5. So we will be right back with you for the final game. So
Double Luigi.
bear with us. And we have made it. I can't believe we got a game 5 for the first anniversary episode. It's fitting. Yeah, I had to change out of my shirt because I don't know how it looks, but it's very warm and it's really warm in here. So would you like to go first?
I would like to go first.
All right, so best of luck then, gamer.
Actually, I would like to go.
Oh,
Wait. Let me think. What can you do if you go first?
yeah. I mean,
What can do if
I
go
could see you like in this match of like wanting me to go first. So I do see both.
But
of
the
them.
issue is, I mean, if you go first on turn 3, if I don't have an answer to vanities, you just win. And if I go second and you draw Solemn, I can't play through Solemn, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the answer is to search for answers on turn 1.
That's a pretty solid option. I wish you the best of luck. The final game of our first anniversary episode is a go. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
I would like to normal summon.
Yep.
Greffer.
Yep.
Activate Greffer. Discard Level Eater. Search deck for Malicious. Discard Malicious. Special summon Malicious. Lower the odds of drawing into Malicious. Special Level Eater. Level Eating Malicious.
Yep.
And pass.
That's a pretty good. Turn 1. I won't lie.
So,
Alrighty. Then, chat room. I would like to start by firing off Pot of Greed.
Pot of Greed. Okay.
And that allows me to draw. This is the most disgusting hand I have ever seen in my fucking life.
I wish I could say the same.
This is vile. Like, this is fucking insane. All right. I have so many things I can do here. Okay. We will start with a Snatch Steal on Dark Greffer.
Yes. Okay.
Then we will pitch a... Yeah, I'll pitch a Battle Freighter to pitch a Vanity's Fiend.
Okay.
Then I will change of heart your Malicious. This is such a gross turn, by the way. I will tribute it for a Ryza to place Level Eater on top of your deck. And then I will Monster Reborn a Fiend.
No, you won't.
It cannot be special summoned. Fuck! Okay, it's still good, but it's not as good as I wanted.
Are you gonna summon the Malicious so I can't use Malicious?
No, I think... oh, why did I put it in the grave? I think I'd rather have it in my hand, you know? Okay. Yeah, I think this is still fine. We'll just go battle, and I'll swing Grepher first for 17. You got anything? Trago
Nope.
or... Yep, and then Ryza for 24. Then we go main 2, and I will just pass on that. And you get 1,000 from Snatch Steal.
Main phase.
Imagine you could special summon Vanity's Fiend, how disgusting that would have been.
That would be one of the most broken cards in the game. That card would be banned.
I mean, I think it almost should be banned as is, but you know. I think basically all the Vanity's cards are degenerate. So I know Level Eater, and that's all I know of your hand.
I would like to normal summon
Mm-hmm.
Psychic Commander.
Yep.
And I would like to go into combat
Yep.
and attack Grepher with Psychic Commander.
Yep. I got nothing.
I pay 500. And Grepher loses 500.
Yep.
And Grepher dies. Okay.
And
you lose...
I lose
200.
what? Yeah, 200. Yeah.
Then,
And then
I will...
Oh.
Go into main phase here. Or...
Since I happen to take battle damage,
Nice.
I would like to special summon Gorse.
You can't.
What?
You must control no cards to activate and resolve this effect.
Oh, that's true.
Buddy, old pal, I've played this card for
I
2
have
years.
not played this card ever in my life, so you know. This is what I meant when I said, like, I wonder if, since I have never played a deck like this, there'll be a lot of things. But yeah, then you can go.
So that's the reason why Trag is arguably better than Gorse, because the fact that Trag can be summoned when you have cards on the field. Whereas Gorse can't be, and that's why whenever you have spells or traps set, I'm not afraid of Gorse, and I don't care about ordering. Because if you have a field spell or spells or traps,
I think that
Gorse
was
is
a
not
reason
relevant.
for, because I remember I was literally like, when I was building this deck, I was literally like, actually I can just look this. I was looking at Jump, but I think my reasoning for going Gorzo or Trago was I literally couldn't like make sure that Trago was legal, because yeah, in North America it was released as a Jump promo, but worldwide the first time it was released was in November of 2010, so I wasn't sure. So I was like, okay, let me just make sure that I'm not playing cards that we are not supposed to. But I went for Gorse.
Yeah. I basically just went like, it's been out somewhere and you can play it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair. I wasn't sure because if it's just a Jump promo, I'm like, oh, if it's NA only, I'd rather just keep it like this. But yeah, it's whatever. But yeah, go on.
Because I'm just checking something real quick, because I think Gorse also had a similar thing originally, where it didn't come out in a set until, because it comes. Oh, actually, Dark Legends. Never mind. This was
it was the reprint set.
Yeah. Because that's how Yu-Gi-Oh! Are stuff.
Yeah.
So main phase 2, I activate Premature Burial.
Yep.
To special summon Dark Grepher.
Yep.
I then would like to discard Level Eater.
Would you like to pay the 800?
I would like to pay the 800. It's completely relevant for this.
Yes.
No. Then I would like to special summon. Sorry, discard mill from my deck card. And the card that I would like to mill is, in fact, Dark Magician of Chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you don't have Treeborn, right? You don't have Treeborn.
Nope.
Okay, good.
No frogs in circulation.
Perfect. Then I would like to because I can make an 8 here.
Mm-hmm. Alright, 12.
Or 12? Oh, I can actually make
Sorry, wait, it's 7 or 9.
7 or 8. Level leader.
Oh, you... Wait, you pitched
Yep.
level leader for Greffer,
Or
right?
Greffer.
Yeah.
And then I milled DMAG, and I can use level leaders or level malicious for
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I was gonna say like you already did that. I was like, wait, you did, honest, but yeah, you can do. Yeah. I was about to say like I don't think you did that yet though, but it's been a longer recording session for us. Okay.
Yeah. So let's think for a second, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What do you have that can completely just shit in my cereal right the fuck next turn? And the answer is a lot. You have a lot of shit that can just immediately shit in my cereal, and I don't like that. I really don't like that, but I can't do anything about it, really.
Sometimes
there's
you know, you just gotta
there's
do
one
something.
card that just immediately like kind of wins you the game. And that's kind of what I wanted to avoid.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of trying to be like, I probably want to get rid of your shit too. So I'm simply going to do the play and pop your field.
Oh.
And my field as well. Is that okay? I would assume that's okay.
Yep, I got nothing for that.
And then I activate my second reanimation spell of the turn.
Mm-hmm.
Monster Reborn.
For
To special summon
Demog.
DMAG. And then I would like to, and then I would like to return this to my hand at the end. Actually, I would like to also special summon Level Eater. Yes.
Yep.
And then pass.
Seems
Monster
pretty
Reborn
good.
for DMAG. Snatch though. GG's goes next.
There are a lot of things that do a lot here.
Snatch Steal, Monster Reborn, Graceful Charity into Snatch Steal, Change of Heart. Well, Change of Heart isn't going to win you the game, but it's just going to give you an opportunity to basically clear out my board entirely.
Yeah.
What else?
Monster Reborn doesn't really do much.
No,
here.
not anymore. Not anymore. But like earlier, that's why I used the Monster Reborn. That's why I was like, do I want to use it now or do I want to save it? But because
if you just nuke our boards and just leave Dima in there, then that would be pretty psychotic.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we can do here.
This required me to flex a little bit, I must say. I wasn't really expecting to have to think about that turn at all.
All good. Let's special summon Swap Frog by pitching Rodent Toad.
Yep.
Then we will append a level 2 or lower Aqua, which I guess we'll get... I mean, I definitely get another turn at the very least. Yeah, I think we are binning a Reborn Frog. Then actually that's no, that doesn't matter. We can go for, is it worth it though, I wonder? I don't think so. Cause yeah, honestly, I think my best bet is, I don't know what the card in your hand is, correct?
Do you? Do you not know?
I don't
Do you
think.
want to know if you know? You should know.
Wait, I should.
You should totally know because it's the card that I got back with D-Mag.
Oh yeah, it was the monster.
Yes.
I completely, yeah, okay, because it was this and then yeah. I was gonna say like, wait, yeah, never mind. I forgot the graphical line, which was I was thinking like, wait, what do you even, how only one? But yeah, that's right. It's the monster born off of that. I think I will simply pass here. It's an interesting game state we have found ourselves in.
It is. I would like to go into battle phase.
Yep.
And attack into the swap frog.
Yep.
Banish it. And then
2 darks here.
pass.
All right. Yeah, the awkward thing here is that obviously Treeborn is not going to be recurring here unless I find a way to get rid of.
Highest or Ryza would be so fucking good, dude. Because Ryza just banishes my D-Mag.
Yeah, either of them would obviously be very good. And at that life total, like the burn for Kai is also...
It's relevant because one swing face just wins the game.
Yeah. It kinda sucks, but I do think it makes sense because you're not gonna be banishing my stuff means that it's a bit awkward. So I will normal summon substitute.
Yep.
We'll tribute the Treeborn Frog to get a... do the whole spiel. We get a Swap Frog. Swap Frog gets summoned. We bin a Treeborn Frog. Then we'll tribute off the Swap Frog to get a Swap Frog. We'll bin a Treeborn Frog. Then we'll I think... I mean, yeah, that doesn't matter now. Yeah, we'll just... do I? I think I do. We'll tribute the Swap Frog for a... Oh, I'm also now realizing we made a misplay in the first one when I was playing this. Can I supplement this? Yeah, there we go. This deck, because last time when you're like, since it's not a frog, I'll just kill it. And Do Frog has a line of text where your monsters your opponent controls cannot target monster for except this one. And we had a similar field with these two on the field, and you just killed my substitute.
Yeah.
But I completely forgot that as well. But yeah, I think I'll leave it there. Good luck.
Okay. That sucks.
Because now at least you need to find a way to beat over my Dew Frog and get rid of my Dew Frog since it's battle immune. And it's the only thing you can swing into. So I have a bit of a buffer here. Actually, now when I'm thinking about it, that was probably very relevant.
Yeah, that was super relevant.
It's It happens. It wouldn't be us recapping, you know, our first 50 episode if we didn't do a little bit of cheating.
Just gotta do a tiny little bit of cheating. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta. And yeah, Demog is level 8, right? So it's a level 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a level 7. I might as well put the
I was just gonna say, like, I guess we can, since we don't probably have much attack modulation here, we can probably just use the counters for that.
This is actually gonna take a while. Fuck. Just gonna pass. Just gonna pass.
Yeah. Draw, stand by, and we get back our tree barn frog. And don't worry, it's probably not gonna take that long, since what I happened to rip off the top is a Rise of the Storm Monarch. So then you're still not dead. Actually, wait, never mind. We just did this. Actually, do I do that? I was gonna say, like, do I do that?
Literally don't have time.
If you have Gorus, so yeah, it's fine. Did you have anything in your hand to deal with the situation?
I did
okay,
not.
well,
I
yeah.
got completely shit on by drawing this thing again.
Yeah. Don't do much there, but yeah. Yeah, but yeah, Jeexx got a bail. We, like I said, we had a very long recording session today, so yeah. Any last minute words you wanna say?
I got robbed 2 games.
All right, thank you for the words of wisdom, Jeexx, and thank you for watching. Not just this episode, but the series as a whole. Like we said at the start, like, it's been actually like so much fun to do, and it's been a really fun way to experience Yu-Gi-Oh! This way. So I feel like going all the 5 games is very fitting for our first of these, and hopefully there are more of these to come as well. So I can't remember what we have next, but I guess it'll be a surprise for you. So no long spiels here, because Jeexx gotta go, and also this episode is gonna be a mammoth regardless. So thank you so much for watching the episode and for watching the series, and hopefully we'll continue seeing y'all in season 2. We're not gonna call it that because nothing is changing.
Oh, we're not.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, we're not calling it that, but I just wanted to say it because it sounds cool.
I was hoping.
Okay.
Year 2. We can call it year 2.
Oh, yeah, wait, year 2 is actually really good. So yeah, we'll see y'all in the year 2 of the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Legend. So catch y'all next time, and have a great rest of your day. Peace.